Okay, we're good. I see the live feed is up. How are we all doing, folks? Oh my goodness gracious, we've got a fantastic game of hockey tonight. We've got the Oilers against the Golden Knights, Edmonton battling for first in the Pacific. The Golden Knights are still within striking distance as well. So let's see what's going on here. I know a few of you were here early. You've been kind of chatting away while we've been waiting for the stream to start, so I appreciate that as always. YOLO is here, Rowan, Dolo, Bubsy, of course, always good to see you. McDavid 9729, how are you? Got to make sure that I acknowledge everyone that was here. Spider-Man, what's going on? Legend of Zelda, Eric, how you doing? Miguel, how are you? Normal user, how you doing? Says go Knights go, says normal user. Oh boy, we got some Golden Knights fans in here, folks. Got some Golden Knights fans in here. Also, by the way, I was gonna have the starting screen. Like I'm working on a starting screen, and I was just gonna go like full meme on this. What do y'all think of this? What do we all think of this as the starting screen? Does this look how ridiculous this looks, dude? I'm just trying to be really dumb with it. I am working on a lot of other stuff for the for the stream, but a starting screen is something that I'd like to have. That way I can go live like 5 minutes beforehand, so like 7:55, and then that way it allows the chat to get going before I go live, and then people can meme and have some fun. So what's going on, OG Savage? How you doing? Dima, good to see you again. Heard that Hyman is hurt. He might not be playing for the rest of the season. I also heard that as well. Hopefully he is going to be okay. Janias, how you doing? Blair, Brandel, Dr. Sandwich. Your head needs to be cropped and growing out of the chair, and Bouch needs an aura. Oh my goodness. Yeah, it looks pretty it's a work in progress. This is a work in progress, folks. I wanted chair to be center of attention, right? And I wanted to have the chat on the screen. I wanted all this to be center of attention. But yeah, it's just ridiculous. I was joking around in the Discord saying that people were going to unsubscribe if they saw that starting screen because it just looked so dumb. It's goofy. Anyways, yes, we will go over the lineups here. We do have Nugent Hopkins with McDavid and Matt Savoy on the top line. Of course, Zach Hyman was announced that he would not be playing. That was earlier today. Chris Knobloch announced that. Hyman's dealing with something. No idea what he's dealing with. Podkolzin's going to be with Dickinson and Kapanen, Frederick with Szymanski and Rozovic, Jones with Henrique and Lazar, and the Oilers also announced that Colton Dach was activated off of LTIR. So Colton Dach will be available whenever they do need an extra body, that's a great sign. Obviously, the healthier this team gets before the playoffs, the better. But right now, I don't think he's going to be in the lineup. You have Ingram starting, Eck with Bouch, Nurse with Murphy, Wallman with Emberson. Those are going to be the lines tonight for the Oilers. Apparently, it's not his wrist. That's what a few people speculated, but apparently it's not his wrist, so that's a good sign. What's going on, Alive Bang? What's going on, Vespi? I got to make sure that I'm still catching up on a lot of comments here that I missed. It's on brand for the channel's humor. Exactly. What's going on, Shock? How you doing? Toronto's winning this game that they needed to lose. I saw it was 4-3 Leafs heading to the third. The LA Kings scored 3 straight to make it 6-4, and then the Leafs came back and tied it. So I have no idea what's going on. Hey, what's going on, Ellie? How you doing? Or Eli? Doc probably play next week, probably. LA just won in overtime. Well, as long as the Oilers take care of their own business, and the LA Kings, I mean, they are overtime merchants this season, right? They are overtime merchants. 7-6. What a score, huh? I'm not saying the other numbers. I'm not saying it the other way because everyone's going to freak out about it if I do. We will take a look at the out-of-town scoreboard as well, because there were some games that potentially could affect the standings and who the Oilers might play in the first round. Of course, Utah beat Vancouver. The LA Kings, we just talked about it. They outshot Toronto 40-20, and the Leafs just keep getting points for some reason when they should be tanking. The Buffalo Sabres, by the way, if you are a Buffalo fan or just a fan that team is going to be in the playoffs again, well, the Buffalo Sabres, they have clinched a playoff spot for the first time since 2011. First time since 2011, folks. That is absolutely wild to think about. So good for the Buffalo Sabres. Very, very happy for them, obviously. What else do we got in the out-of-town scoreboard? Colorado beat Dallas 2-0. Minnesota won. The Rangers beat the Red Wings. Okay. You have the Flames against the Ducks tonight. So for Edmonton's chances of first in the Pacific, if Edmonton gets a win, obviously they're going to want Calgary to beat Anaheim. That's going to be a tough task for the Calgary Flames, though. So won't be surprised if that doesn't exactly come to fruition. So hopefully it does, though. Go Sabres. Love your streams. That's why I followed. I'd like to be friends and a supportive fan. I just don't add random people to Discord, but hey, I appreciate that. What's the name on Twitch? Doom Ass. Nice. That's awesome. Hey, what's going on, Steven? Yo, what's going on, Alex? How you doing? Good to be back. Absolutely. These games are getting later and later. Yeah, I mean, these 8 p.m. local time starts. If you live out east, if you live in Eastern Canada, obviously these are very tough starts. I complain about the start times because I'm unk, but honestly, a start time of 8 p.m. here isn't too bad, or like 8:10 or whenever the puck is going to drop. Hey, what's going on, Helen? Coach Austin? No. I don't want that. I like being YouTuber Austin. YouTuber Austin is fun. Did Kucherov get any points today? I think he got one. I think he got the empty netter for Tampa, but I could be mistaken. Prediction is 6-3 Oilers. I like it. Can rarely make it through. Yeah, it's tough, right? It's not easy. It's not easy to make it through these late games. What is tonight's like goal? What did we get last time? Hold on. Let's look at the last stream that I did, and then we'll see if we can match that one. I don't know what the viewership's going to be tonight, though, so... the last stream got 202 likes. You know what? We'll go 125 likes. 125 likes is going to be the goal. I think that is a reasonable goal to have. 125 likes. Hey, Silver Merlin, what's going on? Back from my seat at Rogers. Let's go. Enjoy the game, my friend. What's going on, Miles? Yeah, at 9 o'clock Central Time. This winter really, really needs to end. I agree. Also, chat is moving fast tonight. So, again, I apologize if I'm missing any chats that are popping up here. This is obviously not intentional. I do try my best to keep up with all the chats. Also, my setup looks a little bit different. I have an ultra-wide monitor that I'm trying out right now. So, like, if it looks like I'm, like, looking in weird directions, it's just because I'm trying to, like, figure out my peripherals at the moment. Dima says 5-3 Oilers. Okay, I like it. Miguel 5-2 Oilers. I like that one. I want an Oilers win with no injuries to our guys. Maybe Bouch getting 2. Absolutely, that would be great. 4-2 Oilers with a Frederick fight, says Gordon. Let's do it. I would like that a lot. Maybe a Gordie Howe hat trick for Trent Frederick. Let's get him a goal, an assist, and a fight. That would be pretty solid for him heading into the playoffs. Pulled a muscle today. Uh-oh. Got to go get a massage. Get that worked out. Last time Buffalo went to the playoffs was when Nugent Hopkins joined the Oilers. Yes, that was Nugent Hopkins' draft year, and that was also my my graduation year, and also the year that the Boston Bruins won the Stanley Cup. I like the prediction, Danik. Now, I'm not going to say what you just said out loud because I am superstitious, but I do like your prediction. What's up with Hyman? Not sure what the actual injury is to Zach Hyman. Hopefully he is going to be okay, though, for the playoffs. I'm assuming he'll be fine. How much hockey did I play growing up? I played minor hockey until I was 12 years old, and then I stopped playing. I broke my arm when I was 11. Tried it for one more year. Didn't really enjoy it. And then I played beer league when I turned 18 for a few years, so... Not very competitive hockey. Let's just say that. Panthers officially eliminated. Yep. Oilers lineup looking a little rough tonight. It's going to be by committee tonight. If this team's going to find a way to win a hockey game, it's got to be by committee tonight. It's going to be a tough one. 4-2 Edmonton. There you go. Chances for getting a Gordie Howe Hattie? I don't know. Probably pretty high. I feel like this game between Edmonton and Vegas is going to be pretty intense. I think I think it's going to be a game where there's a lot of emotion tonight. Hopefully the Oilers are able to manage those emotions, though. Okay, my Sportsnet is like messing up right now. I'm trying to get it to load. And it's just blaring in my ears now. Nice. Love that. Exactly, High. Exactly. You can't lose 3 cup finals in a row if to Florida if Florida doesn't make it. But what happens if Tampa Bay goes to the final and then Edmonton plays Tampa and then Edmonton loses to Tampa? Does that still count as losing to Florida 3 times in a row, even though it's not the Florida Panthers, but it's a team based in Florida? I may hate Florida-based sports forever if that happens, by the way. Hey, what's going on, Linny? How you doing? Calgary versus Anaheim score predictions. I think Anaheim probably wins that one. I'm going to say 5-3 Ducks. That's going to be my prediction. I don't want that to happen, but that's my prediction. Fully prepared for this game to raise my blood pressure. I'm with you, Somu. I'm with you. Exactly. Yeah. I wish the Oilers had won at least one of those championships so that, the potential to not win doesn't hurt as bad. I just want to stay here. Hey, I appreciate that. That's really nice of you. I spoke the Florida curse into existence. Listen, if it's going to happen, it was cursed to begin with, whether I said it or not. I feel like I'm just cursed as a fan. Yeah, especially the last 48-ish months or 24 months, having the Jays lose and then the Oilers lose 2 finals in a row. Are you ready? As ready as I'll ever be. Gordon, what's going on? What did I miss? I see a lot of missed chat, but I can't scroll up. So if I miss your chat, Gordon, just try and repeat what you said instead of like putting missed chat in the chat, because then like all I'll see is missed chat and then I won't be able to scroll up far enough to see what you said. The Oilers don't win. I'm going to do a backflip and I don't know how to do one. Cookie Monster, don't hurt yourself. I need a suit. Dude, I would love to wear a suit during streams. That would actually be so much fun. I saw that. Yeah, St. Louis absolutely torched the Ducks. Torts would beat Knobloch into baby food. Oh my God, that's violent. Is Buffalo regressing right now? I think Buffalo, I think there's going to be a bit of a lull now that they've solidified that playoff spot. I think Buffalo's going to be fine. Some regression is to be expected, though. Yeah, the coaching bump for Vegas. This is going to be a tough one for Edmonton to handle. Hey, good luck tonight, normal user. Hopefully it's a fun one. Hopefully it's competitive, entertaining, but hopefully the Oilers come out on top. No offense. But of course, you are welcome here. All fans of all teams are welcome here. My son is getting a colored cream jersey. Let's go Oilers. I love that. Dima, is your son getting a name, or is it just going to be just a blank jersey and then they can get a name a different time? Massage received, immersion. What? Very excited for playoff hockey. Just a blank jersey, very nice. Yeah, blank jerseys are cool because like you can just customize them whenever if you feel like it, or you don't have to. Could be Habs versus Sabres in the first round. Who do you got, Habs or Sabres in that one? Because I feel like Montreal is due for some regression too. So like if you have two teams that might regress, who's going to regress harder? I would probably, that's a tough one. Maybe I'd go Buffalo. Sorry, Habs fans. Got a hype badge. There you go. Ingram with the start. Absolutely. What do I do for work besides this? This is pretty much it these days. This is pretty much it. I was at a bookstore, and technically I'm still employed. There's just been some stuff behind the scenes that I'm working at right now to like get back to work. Hope the Canadians beat the Sabres. That'll be a tough one, right? Like, I think Montreal relies a lot on goaltending, but Buffalo has also relied a lot on goaltending as well. Like, Montreal's advanced metrics they're not bad, but they're not great. And same with Buffalo. Like, they're not bad. I feel like both teams have played above their weight just a little bit. In Ingram, we trust. Thought I was a veterinarian? No, I volunteer at the Humane Society, so that's the extent of my work with animals. I wanted to be a veterinarian when I was younger. When I was a teenager, I thought about being a vet, but I get very I'm very emotional with animals, so I don't know. Being a vet would be very tough. Yo, Thunders with the 5 gifted memberships. Holy smokes, Thunders, let's go. And this game is about to start. Thunders with the 5 gifted right at the start of the game, right at puck drop. Let's see how this game goes, folks. Thank you so much for the 5 gifted. And off the face-off here, Vegas is going to control it. It's going to be knocked around in the neutral zone. Puck bouncing out of play, actually. That's just going to go out of play. 8 seconds in. Thank you so much, Thunders Productions, for the 5 gifted memberships. If you got a gifted membership, by the way, you'll know you have one. If you have a little badge next to your name, it'll look like a little star. Could be a different color. And then, of course, you have custom emotes that you can use on videos or streams as well. So enjoy those if you got a gifted membership. And thank you, Thunders, once again. Hey, there you go, No Clue. Got your emotes back. Now you can spam the chair, No Clue. And then the Oilers, they're getting in on the forecheck here. Nugent Hopkins is on his backhand. He's going to try and send that puck to the point, and he's going to get checked by Jack Eichel. Eichel will play that puck to Hanifin, and Hanifin through the middle of the ice, deflected in deep towards Connor Ingram. Ingram into the corner for Bouchard. Evan Bouchard up the right wing to Matt Savoy. Savoy into the middle to Nugent Hopkins. He'll spin away from Mitch Marner, who had a hat trick the other night for the Vegas Golden Knights. So Evan Bouchard, he's going to get pressured. Puck is going to come to Max Jones, and he's going to dump that puck deep into the Vegas Golden Knights zone. And let's see how defensive this game feels. We'll see how much neutral zone play there is. Nice job by Murphy to knock that attempt into the Oilers zone down. He's on his backhand, though, falls, although he will knock down Mitch Marner, so the Oilers are going to get that out. And, oh, man, Edmonton's going to get a penalty here. Looks like Connor Murphy's going to go to the box for holding. I don't know about that, folks. I don't know about that. Was this a hold? I don't know how that's a hold. He just shoved him to the ice. I don't know. That's not really much of a hold, right? Okay, well, if that's the standard, they better be calling literally a million penalties tonight. Literally, you're going to have to call a million penalties if that's the standard now. Brutal call. I don't complain about refs that often, but I mean, imagine you call that. Well, imagine if it's game 7 of the Cup final and you're calling that type of penalty. Like, that's ridiculous to me. Here's Eichel with a shot. Good save by Connor Ingram, and the Golden Knights are going to keep this alive. So Vegas with the glorious chance to take an early lead here. Looks like Ingram took that puck off the helmet, so they did blow it down. I think Ingram getting the strap fixed on his helmet. Hey, what's going on, Reese? How you doing? Gabriel says, ref, you suck. Can penalties be overturned? No. Like, once the ref has, like, called a penalty, yeah, no. I've never seen it happen in all my years watching hockey. Mitch Marner with a shot that goes wide. Jack Eichel's going to pick it up along the half wall. He'll get checked by Adam Henrique, and he forces the turnover there. So that's good for Adam Henrique. Here's Hurdle. He'll drop that puck to Eichel. Eichel on his backhand. He'll enter the zone, and he'll make sure that the Golden Knights get set up. Mitch Marner to Jack Eichel. Left circle. Eichel with a shot and a good block in front. And that's going to get sent down the ice by Emberson. So good clear from Ty Emberson. There's 1:15 left on the power play for the Golden Knights. 18:03 to go here in the first period. Vegas moves it up the ice quickly. Play into the middle. All alone on the backhand. And I don't know who that was on Vegas. They couldn't get the shot off there. Here's Eichel now. Might have been Hurdle. Hurdle had a chance, didn't get the shot off. Eichel left circle, surveys his ice. He's still looking for a lane. Eichel's making some calls. He's looking to get something in the middle, and a nice job by Kapanen, who tied up the man in front, and that puck comes all the way back into the Golden Knights zone. Mitch Marner's going to hang on to it and wait for a couple of Golden Knight changes to happen. All right, Vegas has made a change. Second unit out for them. Barbashev chases after it. Nurse around the boards. It's poked forward for a moment by Adam Henrique. And here's Matt Savoy with a ton of speed. Matt Savoy, shorthanded, tries to go short side on Carter Hart. And a good save by Hart. Nice job by Matt Savoy with a great opportunity, though, shorthanded. Once again, Savoy showing how dangerous he can be at both ends of the ice. Vegas is going to work this puck around. They're going to cycle it again. Into the middle of the ice. Nice job by Savoy. He knocks down his man. A shot towards the Oilers' goal goes wide. Ty Emberson up the right side to Connor Murphy. Matt Savoy just chops it towards the neutral zone. So a good penalty kill for Edmonton. Matt Savoy, I think, had the most dangerous look out of both teams there. Here's Nick Dowd. Plays it back to Noah Hannafin. Golden Knights make a change. Hannafin up through the neutral zone. It's deflected in. Wallman throws a hit on Dowd. Picked up by Wallman, up the boards. Connor McDavid will grab it. David plays it back to Nugent Hopkins, who I don't think was really ready for that one. Trying to find Rozovic, and that goes off his stick. And here's McNabb with a dump into the left corner in the Oilers zone. Murphy trying to play it up to Rozovic. Held up by Hannafin, and McDavid had the stick knocked out of his hands. There's no call. Fans wanted one, but the ref says no. We're only going to call really weak holding penalties tonight. So here's a shot towards the Vegas Golden Knights net, saved by Carter Hart. And the Oilers get in on the forecheck. Connor McDavid on his backhand, and Nugent Hopkins plays it back to Ekholm with a shot deflected in front by Rozovic, and he had a wide open net if he'd been able to get that to the cage. Evan Bouchard through the middle of the ice. Almost too many men on Vegas. Here's Trent Frederick with a shot and a good save by Carter Hart again. So the Oilers getting a couple looks here, but Carter Hart looks like he's kind of dialed in early. The puck is going to be managed by Max Jones. Dumps it in. Trent Frederick chases after it. Throws a hit on Korzak. Here's Dorofeev now. He's checked off the puck by Szymanski. Frederick and Szymanski in, fighting for it. Szymanski trying to center it out in front, and Vegas is going to manage to get possession and move it up the ice. Here's Dorofeev on his forehand. Dumps it in. Here's Lauzon. Lauzon around the boards to the point. Down low from Anderson. Here's a shot by Lauzon, and that deflects high and out of play. I don't know if Ingram got a piece of that or not. And there is a whistle. Refs on the new coach train. Yeah, I might be a little. Yeah, that was clearly. I mean, they clearly knocked the stick out of McDavid's hand there, but I guess the ref's argument is just hold on to the stick a little bit tighter, right? All right, so the shots are. I thought the Oilers had 3 shots. They've been credited with 2. Offensive zone faceoff for Vegas, and the linesman is going to kick someone out here. Again, Sportsnet stream quality very blurry. If I don't get the names right during the play-by-play, I apologize in advance. Here's Rozovic up the left side to Adam Henrique. Henrique overskates the puck. Curtis Lazar back in the lineup tonight for Edmonton. He tries to send that into the zone, but that goes into the Vegas Golden Knights bench. I'm at the game. Hey, let's go, Chance. Let's go. What's going on, Amanda? How you doing? Cheering for Calgary to win tonight. It's not often that we cheer for the Flames here in Oil Country, but if Edmonton wants to remain first in the Pacific, they're going to need Calgary to help them out a little bit against the Ducks tonight. Off the face-off now. Vegas trying to move it up the ice. Good sticks by the Oilers. Sent in deep. Evan Bouchard on his backhand, trying to play it up. Picked up by McDavid. McDavid has a ton of speed here. McDavid to the left wing to Nugent Hopkins, and that's going to be onside. It looked like McDavid may have been offside. Puck flipped back into the neutral zone. Evan Bouchard's going to grab it and look to set something up. Puck bounced over the stick of Nugent Hopkins, and that's picked off. Here's Nick Dowd through the middle of the ice. Puck bouncing around again. It's a bouncy puck so far in the first period. Ekholm can't come up with it against Kolesar. Keegan Kolesar, he's checked by Evan Bouchard. McDavid down low to also help the defense out. Puck almost comes to Nugent Hopkins, and now it's going to come into the neutral zone. Matt Savoy chips it forward, and here's McDavid, shot towards the goal, and a save by Carter Hart. Here's Cole Smith. Shot towards the Oilers' goal, saved by Connor Ingram, and that's going to be played up to Jack Roslovic. He'll get checked by Hanifin. Connor Murphy across to Darnell Nurse. Shots are 3-3 here in the first period. Connor Murphy with it. Backhands it in deep. And Trent Frederick's going to chase after this puck now. Out there with Szymanski and Roslovic. Murphy tried to pinch, and here comes Marner with a shot, and Mitch Marner shoots it wide of the net. Marner had a 2-on-1, decided to shoot. Connor Murphy with an ill-advised pinch, and luckily it did not affect the team on the ice negatively for the Oilers. Edmonton just trying to get this puck out of trouble and get a change. Here's Hanifin now, another dump in. I feel like Vegas has controlled a lot of the puck here. Oilers having trouble getting clean breakouts. Szymanski played off the left boards, and here comes Kasperi Kapanen now with a shot, and he also puts that over the goal of the Vegas net. Kapanen down low, trying to find Jason Dickinson. Kapanen on his forehand, backhand, shimmies around a defenseman. He cycles it to Podkolzin. Podkolzin to Emberson. Down low, here's Wallman. Centers it out in front, just out of the reach of Dickinson. And nice job by Emberson. He picks up the puck, and he'll give it to Podkolzin. Here's Jake Wallman now. He'll stick handle his way through the zone. Max Jones looks for a lane, doesn't shoot. Now he does. Puck goes just wide of the net. Evan Bouchard with a shot and a save by Carter Hart. Max Jones trying to come up with it. And Max Jones' stick was slashed out of his hands, and Dorofeev's going to go to the box. He's not happy about it, but the Oilers are going to get their first power play of the game after this commercial break. So Edmonton and Vegas, some chances off the rush here. I don't think either team wants to be getting into a track meet with each other, but... So yeah, Max Jones had the stick knocked out of his hands, and they called that one. They didn't call it when McDavid's stick was knocked out of his hands, but they did call that one on Jones. Patiently waiting for Cappy hour. Cheeks Kapanen. I'm feeling a Kapanen goal at some point tonight. He seems to show up. He likes playing against the Vegas Golden Knights. Your cousin's at the game. Very cool. Very cool. Yeah, I know a few people who are at this game too. I mean, hey, it's the last hockey night in Canada, the last Saturday night game at Rogers Place this season. So lively crowd tonight. Hey, no worries, Kyle. You're never late. You're always just on time. Wanted the Penguins to score. Yeah, what was that, 9-4 or something? Absolutely wild score in that Florida-Pittsburgh game. I couldn't be happier for the Florida Panthers. Couldn't be happier for them. I'm hoping the Oilers score first, Morgan. That's what we're hoping for. At least most of us. I know a couple people in the chat are hoping for Vegas to score. What do I think of Colton Dach playing tonight? I don't think Dach's in the lineup, but he has been, he's activated from LTIR, so he will be available to play very soon, whenever they deem him ready to go, I guess. Hey, what's going on, Coolistic? No, Skinner wasn't in net for Pittsburgh. Today was Shelov's. But I think Bobrovsky let in 6 goals today against Pittsburgh or something like that. Michaels is not playing. No, Owen Michaels is not playing. Of course, if you missed it, earlier this week, the Oilers signed a college player, Owen Michaels. No relation to Jack Michaels, as far as I'm aware. All right, so let's see how this power play is going to look without Hyman or Draisaitl. So off the face-off, it looks like Savoy, Rozovic, Nugent-Hopkins, Bouchard, and McDavid. Here's Savoy to Rozovic. He'll give it to Bouchard. And Connor McDavid was winding up for a one-timer. Here's Evan Bouchard now. He's hanging on to it. My alarm on my phone's going off. Got to turn that off. Puck sent across to Connor McDavid over his stick. Connor McDavid, Evan Bouchard. The Oilers setting something up here. McDavid down low. Nugent-Hopkins bobbles it for a moment. Back to McDavid. He sends it across the ice, and that's going to get out of the zone, and the Oilers are going to have to reset here. Here's Rozovic to Nugent-Hopkins. In front to Rozovic. Rozovic can't come up with it, and Vegas will get that out. Here comes Jack Eichel now, one-on-one against Bouchard. Eichel trying to get it by Bouchard. One hand on his stick, centers it out in front, and Matt Savoy will grab it for the Oilers. Here's Matt Savoy. He's hauled down by Mitch Marner. Savoy was hauled down by Mitch Marner, and there's no call. I'm not sure what the logic is there. Apparently, you can shove Marner to the ice, and it's a hold, but Marner can haul Savoy down, and there's no call. Interesting. Here's Matt Savoy, reverses to Connor McDavid. McDavid behind the Golden Knights net, circles across, and here's a one-timer by Savoy and a good save by Carter Hart, and that's going to get sent down in the Oilers zone. So a good shot by Savoy, but a better save by Carter Hart. Here comes Connor McDavid now. Kapanen stops up, gives it to McDavid, centers it out in front. That goes off his stick again, and Cole Smith sends that puck back into the Oilers zone. And this top unit for Edmonton is going to change. The Oilers look like they're going to go 0 for 1 on their first power play of the night. Is Wes I don't know who the refs are tonight. I'm just playing. I'll stop making fun of the refs. Maybe they tune in to my channel and they'll get sad if I'm too hard on them. Vegas 1 for 1 on the kill. So are the Oilers. Cole Smith trying to move it up. Nice steal by Ekholm. Ekholm puck towards the Golden Knights net. Dorofeev up to Smith. Up the boards now, left side. Sissons can't come up with it. And here's Adam Henrique with a dump in deep. Here's a high flip through the neutral zone. Connor Murphy's going to get chased back. Darnell Nurse up the right wing. Trent Frederick looks for some reinforcements here. He'll dump it hard around the boards. Max Jones protects along the boards, but Vegas is going to come up with it. Here's Shea Theodore with a hard rim. Vegas looking to get set up on the cycle, but nobody was on the left point, so that puck actually came back out of the zone. Here comes Hanifin. Left wing to Dorofeev. Dorofeev shot towards the goal, and that might have brushed off of Connor Ingram's glove. I don't know if Ingram even saw that. It did end up going wide of the net. Here's Hanifin now. Shot towards the goal, doesn't make it. Here comes Szymanski. He's going to get checked. Podkolzin sends that puck hard and around the boards. Going to come to Emberson. Emberson's in deep. Got to be careful. Centered out in front by Lazar, and Podkolzin played it back to the defense. That's not a good play. Here's Jack Eichel with a shot and a rebound in front, and they score. Vegas makes it 1-0. Not a great play by Podkolzin there. He was under pressure. The defense was under pressure. He tried to play it back, and the Oilers got caught. 2-on-1, a shot, the initial save by Ingram, the rebound by Howden. He puts it in. So it is 1-0 for the Golden Knights. They're showing Savoy's shot on the power play. And yeah, Podkolzin, just a poor read there to play that back. Eichel with the shot off the rush. And then Wallman, he didn't get back in time to take away the rebound attempt. So Emberson did a good... Ingram just got caught a little bit too far on that left side of the net. That's a tough one. That's a good shot by Eichel to force that rebound, though. So not an ideal start here for the Oilers. Here's a shot in deep on Ingram. He knocks that into the corner. Picked up by McDavid. Bouchard to McDavid. Back to Bouchard behind his net. Bouchard up the left wing. Here's Ryan Nugent-Hopkins to Matthias Ekholm. Of course, Draisaitl is not in the lineup tonight, by the way. Connor McDavid trying to come up with this puck. He fights his way through traffic. Bouchard to McDavid. Right circle. McDavid centers it. Goes off of a leg and wide. Matthias Ekholm keeps the puck alive. Nice job by McDavid. He picks it up behind the Golden Knights net. McDavid's going to get checked. Nice play, though. He gets it back to Ekholm again. Tried to send it down low to Nugent Hopkins, and that's out of his reach. A high flip into the neutral zone. Nice job by Bouchard. A little jump ball there. He picks it up, gives it to Curtis Lazar. Around the boards, Lazar's trying to come up with it. Max Jones on the forecheck. Vegas trying to get that puck out. They're kicking it around. Puck comes to Darnell Nurse. Give it to Connor Murphy. And that's going to be offside on Edmonton as the puck is knocked towards Carter Hart. Here's Connor Murphy on his backhand. He's going to get pressured. Darnell Nurse is going to pick it up. Nurse with a hard rim around the boards. The crowd chanting, "Let's go Oilers," trying to get the team back into this one after Vegas has taken an early 1-0 lead here. Puck sent in, not icing. Wallman goes after it. Behind his net, trying to play it around the board. Szymanski chips it forward. Puck comes to Lauzon with a shot and a good save by Ingram, and he'll hang on to that with 6:28 to play in the period. Bit of rust stuff after the whistle here. Are we going to blow the... there's a lot of hockey to be played here. And we got to remember, the Oilers are without Leon Draisaitl and Zach Hyman, two of their main goal scorers. You're taking out a lot of goals from this team when those two are not in the lineup. So Edmonton's just got to manage the puck better. That's all. That's just how I feel. They just got to manage the puck a little bit better. They're not playing terrible, Mega Master. It's not like Edmonton is like getting dominated. But Vegas has been kind of all over it. They've been swarming puck carriers, and Edmonton's been forced into some mistakes. Whoa, we're not going to call Hyman a baby, are we? He's one of the toughest players in the whole league. We're not doing that. We're not doing that tonight. No way. Come on now. We're better than that. We're better than that. Where's the positivity, folks? This team's in the middle of a 5-game win streak, and they're only down by 1 tonight. They got this. Wait, OG Savage. I don't think Edmonton's going to miss the playoffs. I think it's going to be fine. Hey, what's going on, Everett? How you doing? Darnell Nurse politely asking that you don't give Austin an aneurysm. Hey, Darnell Nurse has played good lately. I've had no issues with Darnell Nurse's game over the past couple of weeks. Hey, what's going on, Aleko? How you doing? Human Notes, how you doing? I think No Clue was joking. I don't think No Clue actually meant that about Zach Hyman. There's no way. Chat getting out of hand right now. Chat is lively tonight. I like it. It's a Saturday night, folks. Hockey night in Canada. We're close to the playoffs. We're playing a team that we despise here in oil country. I don't mind that the chat's getting a little off the rails, but it makes it fun. It's a fun night. No, we're not crashing out. No way. No crash outs, folks. No crash outs. We're back from commercial break. Jack Eichel's going to lose the face-off, and it's going to be picked up by Wallman up the left wing. Going to be brought in by Podkolzin. Podkolzin with a hard rim around the boards. Ty Emberson shot towards the goal, and Carter Hart's given up a couple rebounds. I think the Oilers should definitely try and expose that a bit. Here's Podkolzin with a shot, and he's looking for a tip in front, and Dickinson was thrown to the ice by Hanifin. No call there. Here's a play in front. Podkolzin on the short side almost beat Carter Hart. Now Podkolzin's tripped up, and the Oilers are going to get another power play. And Marner's going to touch that. Noah Hanifin is about to go to the box here for tripping. Of course, the Oilers, they are without Draisaitl. They are without Hyman. Can this power play find a way to get absolutely massive right now? We need a giant PP right now. That's what I'm trying to will into existence. One humongous PP into existence. Just one. We're looking for one. We're looking for one, right? Let's try and get one here. All right, so looks like the Oilers are chatting up before the face-off here. So the Oilers power play, they just said on the broadcast, 3 for 29. 3 for its last 29. So top power play in the league has really struggled lately. Off the face-off, the Oilers win it. Here's Savoy down low to McDavid. McDavid to Bouchard, shoots, and that might have hit the crossbar. I don't know what that hit. What a shot by Bouchard. Just couldn't. I mean, he beat Hart, couldn't beat the crossbar, though. Here's Nugent Hopkins with it. He'll play it to Evan Bouchard. He'll look for a lane back to Nugent Hopkins. Down low to McDavid. McDavid centers it across, trying to find Savoy. Puck over his stick. Nice job by Bouchard to Savoy around the boards. Connor McDavid on his backhand into the feet of Matt Savoy. Savoy's trying to protect now. Savoy trying to get the puck forward. Picked up by McDavid. Centered out in front, and Carter Hart has to hang on to that one as Nugent Hopkins was in front of the net. Now Smith and Nugent Hopkins are getting into it. McDavid gets in there. Rozovic's having a conversation. McNabb's yelling over the linesman, looking big and tough. And there's Matt Savoy. He's just keeping an eye on things. And McDavid played it out in front. That was a good deflection by Sissons to prevent Nugent Hopkins from getting a good shot there. I do want to know what the post numbers are. Like, what team does hit the post the most often? All right, here's another face-off. Nugent Hopkins is going to take it. He's going to lose it. And Vegas is going to send that all the way down the ice. Connor Ingram holds on to it. Evan Bouchard skates it forward slowly, looking to catch the defense off guard, drops it for McDavid with the slingshot maneuver. McDavid with speed. He walks in on his backhand. McDavid, he puts it out in front. Rebound. Carter Hart didn't know where it was. Had to make a couple of saves. Here's Evan Bouchard now. He'll find McDavid, who does a nice spin, and another move by McDavid. Look at McDavid go, and oh my God, what a save. Connor McDavid was just stick handling in a phone booth, spinning in circles. Carter Hart had to make another big save. Holy moly. Connor McDavid was going crazy there for a few seconds. Nice job by McDavid. The shot that he eventually got off there, he didn't get all of it. So here's Nugent Hopkins. He'll take the face-off again for Edmonton, trying to win it back to Connor McDavid. Top unit out still for Edmonton. Nice job by Nugent Hopkins. Wins it to Evan Bouchard. Across to McDavid, and that puck bounces over his stick. McDavid trying to keep it alive. He does for a moment. Savoy chases after it against Stone. Puck sent down the boards. Savoy and Rozovic trying to battle for it. Puck is under Savoy. Going to be picked up there by Rozovic to Nugent Hopkins now. Nugent Hopkins to McDavid. He'll play Evan Bouchard. Bouchard looks for a lane. 15 seconds left on the power play for the Oilers. McDavid looks, centers. Here's a shot by Nugent Hopkins from the Draisaitl position, and he missed the net. You got to hit the net there. What a pass by Bouchard to Connor McDavid. McDavid with a shot. Where is it? It's loose in front. Nugent Hopkins can't come up with it. Bouchard with another shot, and a good save by Carter Hart. Oh, my goodness. Here's a centering pass in front, and Edmonton can't grab it. And now here comes Hanifin. He's 1-on-1 against Nurse. Now 1-on-3. Waits, drops it for Eichel. Around the boards. Bouchard needs off the ice here. He plays it around to Draisaitl. Draisaitl's getting pressured. Bouchard's just going to flip this up the middle. Finds Dickinson. Here's Jason Dickinson. Enters the zone. Here's Kapanen with a shot, and he missed the net. Come on, boys. Hit the net. What are we doing? Couple good looks for the Oilers here, and they just can't seem to hit the net. Here's Darnell Nurse now. He'll skate it through the neutral zone, trying to cut it into the middle of the ice. Kapanen now chases after it. Puck bouncing in a few skates. Dorofiev into the middle. Here's Murphy up the right wing to Kapanen. He'll send that puck up to Dickinson, and he's checked off the puck. Here's Howden. He'll leave it for Sissons. Sissons down low, deep into the Oilers zone. Jake Wallman will grab it. Wallman behind his net. Waiting for some reinforcements, waiting for the Oilers to make a change. Wallman up the right boards. Just out of the reach of Max Jones, who tipped it in deep. Max Jones forechecks, trying to come up with it. Vegas will find a way to get the clear, though. And that looked like it could have been offside on Hurdle. They're going to say it was onside, though. Here's Smith fighting for it. Around the boards, picked up by Wallman. Does a good job to get by Hurdle. And Wallman just sends that down the ice. Curtis Lazar will chase after it against McNabb. Here's Theodore now. Smith with a shot and easy save for Connor Ingram. Plays it into the corner. Evan Bouchard will flip it into the neutral zone. It's in the feet of Trent Frederick. Played forward by Lazar, out of the reach of Szymanski, and Vegas is going to regroup here. Shea Theodore up the left wing. Centering attempt by Jack Eichel. He's going to get checked off the puck by Ekholm. Gloved ahead by Bouchard. Kept alive by the Golden Knights. Here's Rasmus Anderson behind the Oilers' goal. Puck bouncing around. Szymanski trying to come up with it. Here's Szymanski. They're going to say it's a high stick. Played the puck with a high stick, that is. Mason Raymond. That's a name I have not heard in a long time. Pavel Bure was the reason you started playing at Bure, man. Did I say Draisaitl? I hope not. If I did, I obviously didn't mean to. Leon Draisaitl is not playing right now. Couldn't score. I mean, he was mid, if you can call him even that. I thought Mason Raymond had a couple good years. I honestly don't remember the player that much, though. Hey, what's going on, GetTube? Welcome back from Condorstown. Let's go. I think Bakersfield is playing tonight. No, all good. Listen, sometimes I make mistakes. Sometimes I say names. Sometimes I'm seeing ghosts out there. Maybe I just want to see Draisaitl so bad. All I see, every single player is just number 29. That's all I can see now. What's the Hyman injury? They haven't said what the injury is. I'm not sure what he's dealing with. Apparently, it's not his wrist, though. It has nothing to do with the wrist injury that he suffered in the playoffs last year. That's why Unk has the back rooms behind my bookshelf. Yeah, exactly. Austin seeing ghosts. The ghosts of Leon Draisaitl. I just need Leon back so badly. Draisaitl, come back. Come back, Leon. So the Oilers are down by 1. Shots are even at 10 apiece. The Oilers have had 2 power plays to the Golden Knights 1. Neither team has scored on the power play. Oh, man. Murphy's hit hard off the puck by Barbashev. Nurse is going to come in and support. Vegas keeps the puck alive in the Oilers zone. Shot towards the net. Good save by Connor Ingram. A reactionary save there. Pud Colson trying to come up with it. Comes into the middle to Mark Stone. He'll play it to the blue line. Shea Theodore behind the Oilers goal. Connor Murphy. Picked up by McNabb. Another shot towards Edmonton's net. Goes wide of the net. Blocked in front. That's something the Oilers have been doing much better at. Is they have been blocking shots, which is really good to see. Here's Kasperi Kapanen now. 5 Golden Knights back. Jason Dickinson, puck out of his reach. Puck will come to Nugent Hopkins. He'll play it off the boards to Ekholm. Ekholm looking to send that back deep into the Golden Knights' end, and you might have a partial breakaway here. Here's, nice play by McDavid. Good defensive play on Howden. Howden had a potential breakaway there. Didn't quite have the step on McDavid, and McDavid checked the puck off of his stick. Kept alive by Anderson. Shot towards Edmonton's net. Goes wide. McDavid into the middle to Ryan Nugent-Hopkins. Nugent-Hopkins skates it out of trouble. Dumps it in deep. It's going to get chased after by Nuge himself around the half wall. Matt Savoy trying to keep that puck alive. 10 seconds left in the period. Edmonton looking to get a shot on net here. What a pass by McDavid to Bouchard. He'll give it to Ekholm. Ekholm towards the goal. Rebound. It's on the half. It's on the side of the net there. And that will be the end of the first period as the Oilers are down by 1. Shots are 11-10 Vegas. And we'll go from there. We'll get that intermission clock set up. We'll take a look at how things looked in that period, the box stats, the advanced stats, and then we'll take a 10-minute break because I need to rest my voice. I'm starting to lose my voice already, and it's been one period of play. Also, if you haven't hit the like button yet, please hit the like button on the stream. It goes a long way in supporting the channel. That's the best way to support. If you're not yet subscribed, we are also very close to 10,000 subs, so that's very exciting. Let's go to the box stats. Look at Nashville up 3-0 on San Jose. What's going on there? What's going on with the Sharks on that one? Nashville, of course, still in that playoff race, too, in the Western Conference. So the only goal of the period was from Brett Howden. We are going to look at the edge visualizer because, again, this is where Podkolzin, he just made a bit of a mistake here. He knows he's getting pressured by Vegas. He's getting pressured by Dorofeev. He didn't realize that Jack Eichel was also here. If Podkolzin had understood what was happening when this play developed, he would have just put the puck back behind or tried to hold it along the boards. Podkolzin plays it to Wallman. That's poked forward by Eichel, who read that perfectly. And then he gets the shot off. Wallman does not get back in time to take Brett Howden's stick away. And Howden makes it 1-0 Edmonton. Hits in that period, 10-3 Oilers. Block shots, 4-3 Edmonton. Giveaways, 5-0. The Oilers had 0 giveaways in that first period. So I guess Podkolzin misplaying the puck doesn't count as a giveaway. I'm not sure what the logic is. I don't know how the NHL tracks giveaways. The only people I trust with giveaways and takeaways is Sport Logic. Connor McDavid led forwards for Edmonton. Time on ice with 8:19. Curtis Lazar only played 2:24. Going to need to see them play just a little bit more. I'd like to see that fourth line get a couple extra minutes. I know there was 3 power plays, though, so they'll get their looks, I'm sure. Tough one for Podkolzin, Szymanski, and Lazar as they are dinged with the minuses. Evan Bouchard led the time on ice for the defenseman. Connor Ingram, he made 10 stops on 11 shots. If we take a look at the deserve to win-o-meter, well, the Oilers had the majority of the good chances, apparently. Expected goals in all situations, 1.76 to 0.48. And at 5-on-5, the Oilers also had the chances, 0.87 to 0.43. So as long as Edmonton keeps playing the way they are, I think they're going to be okay. They just have to limit those rush chances against. That's something that has plagued this team for a long time. Grab a Kit Kat. What? They just need to keep pushing. Yep, the Oilers just got to keep pushing, folks. They just got to keep pushing. Also, I do have a just chatting screen, even though this is not... The Blackhawks are not playing tonight. I always forget to change these. There we go. There's Vegas. I have a couple different screens I'm working on, and then also the Be Right Back screen where everyone gets to hang out with Chair. So if that's your thing, you get to hang out with Chair for a bit. I am going to take a quick break. So yeah, this is the best time to stretch your legs, get a snack, hit the like button, hang out with Chair, and we'll see y'all very shortly. Probably be about 10 minutes or so. I'll be back before the start of the second. Oh. All right, folks. Franklin is blessing us with his presence. You want to say hi to everyone, Franklin? You want to say hi? What do you think? What are we thinking, buddy? Eh? He's in a very loving mood right now. He's also a little camera shy. He'll hide his face under my chin. Hi, bud. Eh. Say hi to the fans. Say hi to the fans. You want to say hi? No? Hey, bud? What are we thinking? What are we thinking? Do we think the Oilers are coming back? I think the Oilers are going to come back in this one, right? Okay. Okay. You go back. Oh, big chonky boy. He has been losing weight, though. We have him on a weight loss journey, and he has been losing weight. So we are going to get him to a healthy weight. Let's rip some shell, yo, Theo Peckham. Playing shell would be a lot of fun. I'm hoping to do like more community nights. I think playing shell, like EASHL with the fans would be a lot of fun. He's going to eat me someday. He might. I don't think Franklin would hesitate if he was hungry enough. Hey, welcome back, Dolo. How you doing? He's big. He's a big cat. He's a big cat. He's on a weight loss journey. We're going to get him to a healthy weight, I promise. How big is he's around 20 pounds. The last time we weighed him, he was around 20 pounds. He's big. Hey, what's going on, Kyle? Oh, what's been going on with Kyle? Has he been trolling? I haven't noticed. I don't notice these things. I'm too focused on the game. And seeing Draisaitl when he's not on the ice, apparently. That was Zempic. Yeah. Franklin, he's nothing but love, man. He's nothing but love. How much does he weigh now, Gordon? I'm not sure. We haven't weighed him in probably about a month or so. We're gonna have to. You're stronger than you thought I was. What? Did I look weak? Do I look weak when I'm streaming? Like what? I would hope that I'm able to hold my cat without struggling. It's only 20 pounds. My cats are not outdoors. They are strictly indoor cats. They do not go outside. They've been adopted from the Humane Society, and I just not taking that chance. Not taking that chance. Sometimes people do take their cats on a walk. Yeah, absolutely they do. You can buy harnesses for cats, and you can take them around. I only use my cat for the reps. Hey, what's going on, Joel? How you doing? Can I show the scores in the background again? Yeah, absolutely. Hold on. Let me open that app. Let me get that open. Also, I heard Kevin Bieksa say that Evan Bouchard was not a top 3 defenseman this season. Was that correct? Is that what he said in the intermission? Here we go. Are the scores going to show up behind me? It's thinking real hard. Yeah. Kevin Bieksa, he likes to stir the pot. Kevin Bieksa likes to stir the pot. I think he's just jealous because Bouchard is better than Bieksa ever was at hockey and ever will be. So, yo, what the heck is going on? I can't get these scores to load. Oh, there we go. Scores have loaded now. Scores have loaded. Scores are in the background. He's the number 1 power play defender. Oh, okay. Yeah, sure. We're just going to ignore the fact that Bouchard is what, third, I think this season in even strength points or something. I think he's second in game-winning goals among defensemen too. Apparently, the grade A shots that period were 11-1 in favor of Edmonton. That's crazy. What? 11-1? Who was that? I bet that's Cult of Hockey, right? I bet David Staples was. He has his own method of like tracking grade A's. Curious how accurate that is to the advanced stats. Is it better to finish first or second? I don't think it matters. I think they can finish wherever. You got to beat good teams to win the Stanley Cup. Now, I'm kind of greedy. I would like to see Edmonton win a division title just once in my life. They have not won their division since 1986. So, 1 second. I need some liquid for my voice. Now, Pepsi Zero is not exactly good for my voice, but I do need a drink. Home ice advantage start would be nice, yes. Top 2 in the Pacific at minimum. I don't want to finish third. I want to start at home. I think that would be a good way to start the playoffs. Drink of choice tonight, we're going Pepsi Zero Sugar. That's what we're doing tonight. No ice, no. No, I'm kind of a weirdo. I don't mind drinking pop kind of like room temperature. I don't know what it is. I find it just goes down smoother. Now, don't get me wrong. I do like a cold soda. I do like a cold pop, but... Oh, no, Kahir. Hopefully you feel better very, very soon. Got Vegas right where we want him, says knee-jerk reactions. I like it. Here's Nugent Hopkins trying to reach for that puck just out of his reach as the second period is underway. Shots are 11-10 for Vegas, but Edmonton had the better chances in that first period in terms of the high danger variety. Here's Matthias Ekholm. He'll play that puck off the glass, trying to get that out of trouble here. Connor McDavid's going to get checked by Rasmus Andersson. Puck is going to be sent down towards Carter Hart. Pokes it forward to Jack Eichel. As the Oilers are going to make a change here. Puck behind the Oilers' goal. Connor Ingram with not a very hard rim. It's going to be kept alive by Mark Stone. Here's Mitch Marner now for the Golden Knights, coming off a hat trick the other night for Vegas. Here's Murphy. Backhands it. Can't get it by Stone. Kept alive by Marner. Marner, puck towards the Oilers' goal, goes wide. Shea Theodore now, puck deep into the Oilers' zone once again. Connor Murphy chases, picked up by Marner. Here's McNabb across. Here's a one-timer by Theodore, and that goes way high and over the Oilers' goal. And the puck is, again, kept in by the Golden Knights. Edmonton having trouble getting a breakout here. Here's Podkolzin. The hard rim. Just trying to get it out of trouble and kept in by Stone. And a good save by Connor Ingram. Here's Stone now. He checks Dickinson off the puck, and Edmonton just cannot get possession. Vegas doing a good job hemming the Oilers in right now. Vegas able to get a couple players changed. Edmonton trying to get this puck up the ice. Here's Podkolzin. He loses it. And a nice shot block by Nurse. What a play by Darnell Nurse to get in the way of that one. Does finally get the puck out deep into the Vegas zone. And hopefully the Oilers can get a change here. Oh my God. Puck is sent in, and that's icing on the Golden Knights. So have mercy. Vegas was cycling it around for about a minute and a half there. How are the Oilers playing, Austin? They're playing fine. I don't think they've been playing a bad game at all. I think Carter Hart's made a couple good saves. The Oilers have hit a crossbar. They've missed a couple of open nets. I think if they bear down on their chances, they'll come back and win this one. Yeah, I don't know, Kyle. I don't know why. That was happening to Gordon the other night, too, where not all the messages show for some reason. Not really sure what that's all about. And here's a shot towards Ingram, goes wide of the net, and Vegas once again getting in on the forecheck, centered in front. Nice job by Rozovic. He'll pick that up, and he'll try and send this down the ice. Goes off of a couple of bodies in the neutral zone, and Rozovic will just flip it in deep. Oilers in on the chase here. Puck gets by Frederick. Played ahead, out of the reach of Hurdle. Adam Henry can't come up with it, and the Golden Knights will skate it out of trouble. Here's Smith. Riley Smith with it. He'll chip it behind the Oilers' goal. Smith comes up with it. around the boards to the blue line. Hanifin with a shot, and that's easily stopped by Connor Ingram. Can we win a Hockey Night in Canada game? When was the last Hockey Night in Canada? All right, that's a 30-minute timeout on Kyle. I don't know what's going on with that language there, but this is a very chill place. We do not bring any kind of terminology like that in here. I don't know what's that all about. It's a Saturday night, my friend. If that's the best you can do on a Saturday night, I think you might want to get your priorities in order. We should be having a lot of fun and enjoying our time, not saying stupid things like that. Here's Murphy. He'll play it up the half wall. Curtis Lazar gets it out of trouble. Now, and it's funny, too, because you have to be actively subscribed to my channel to comment. So, he actively subscribed just to do that. That's funny to me. Hey, appreciate the revenue that I'm going to get from you clicking on the stream tonight as also, by the way. Thank you. Here's Ekholm trying to get the puck through the neutral zone. That's going to be kept in. Nick Dowd chases after it. Here's Ekholm. High flip into the Vegas zone onto Carter Hart. He catches it, drops it, and here's McNabb. McNabb to Dowd. Dowd drops it back out of the reach of McNabb, and Matt Savoy's going to chase after this puck. Goes off of Dowd's skate. It bounced in front of the net. That was dangerous for a moment, but Vegas does a good job getting this out of trouble. Who's getting rowdy in the chat? Oh, nobody, Bubsy. Nobody. We took care of it. Here's Matt Savoy through the neutral zone. He'll send that in deep, and they're going to say, wow, they gave him the red line. I thought that would definitely be icing, but puck up the right wing here. Here's Howden against Wallman. Wallman does a good job to apply pressure. Wallman trying to poke that puck into the neutral zone. And Vegas has done a good job here. 4.5 minutes into the second period. Edmonton hasn't really gotten any kind of sustained pressure or attack at all. Can Vegas sustain a 1-0 lead playing like this? I'm not sure. But the Oilers also haven't been managing the puck as good this period either. Yeah, Kyle Lexi's good. It was a different Kyle, but it's all good. No worries, folks. We'll focus on the game here. Here comes Vasily Podkolzin with speed. Backhand pass across to Kapanen. Left circle across the ice. Back to Podkolzin. Puck bounces over his stick. Podkolzin picks it up. Reverses behind the net. Just out of the reach of Dickinson. And I think Dickinson will go for a change here. Here's a flip into the middle of the ice. Puck into Stone's feet. Into the middle. Backhand in front. Edmonton trying to come up with it. Here's Szymanski now. Up the ice. Szymanski towards the Vegas net. I don't know what that was by Szymanski. Fredericks checked off the puck, and here come the Golden Knights. Mitch Marner now. Transition play, 2-on-1. Marner in front, trying to center it, and they do, and they score. And here's Colton Sissons, makes it 2-0 for the Golden Knights, and the Oilers got caught defensively. Marner across the ice to Sissons, and he beats Connor Ingram, and it is a 2-0 Golden Knights lead. Yeah, the second period has not been optimal for Edmonton. Yeah, the Oilers got caught there on the change. Puck came across. Nurse couldn't get back in time. But again, they're just not managing the puck here. Now, Ekholm initially blocked that pass, but Marner was able to come back up with it and then send it across anyways. And Sissons on the back door. Nothing Connor Ingram could do on that one. Oh no, guys, it's listen, the Oilers have won 5 in a row, right? You're not going to win the rest of the season out, right? You're not going to go undefeated. It's fine. This game is not out of reach yet. I believe in the comeback. I believe. Lock in, exactly. Let's lock in. I blame Erica for going to the game. Oh, boy. Yeah, exactly. Listen, this is the 4th game of the season. The Oilers are 3-0, right? If this was a 7-game series, well, you're not just going to sweep these teams. These teams are good. Here's Max Jones through the neutral zone. He'll play it across the ice. Curtis Lazar centers it out in front. Oh, man. Kapanen can't get that towards the net. Or Emberson, sorry. That's going to be sent down the ice. Adam Henrique. The curse is activated. No, guys. Come on. Usually the Oilers do pretty good when she goes to games. We just don't talk about game 5 in the Stanley Cup final last year that she also went to, that Edmonton got absolutely destroyed in. We won't talk about that one. Yeah, we were doing good, talking of introvert, but Edmonton has 0 shots in the second period. So that tells you how good they've done for the first 6.5 minutes here in the second. Here's McDavid with speed, enters the Golden Knights zone, plays it back to Bouchard at the point. Bouchard shot towards the net. That's blockered ahead by Carter Hart. McDavid trying to play that back to Bouchard. That's going to be stolen by Colasar. Backhanded in the Oilers zone. Here's Connor McDavid now, who played up the left wing. Ryan Nugent-Hopkins. Would love to see Nugent-Hopkins do something at 5-on-5 for once. That would be fantastic. Can we get Nugent-Hopkins to score a 5-on-5 goal? What do we think? Let's will Nugent-Hopkins into figuring something out here. Here's a glove pass into the neutral zone. Darnell Nurse will send that puck in deep. Carter Hart behind his net. Here's Shea Theodore now. That's going to be played into the neutral zone. Nurse can't come up with it. Dorofeev up the middle. And here's Howden on his backhand. Walks it in. Good save by Ingram. Here's Nurse. Nurse with a giveaway there. Comes to Kapanen. Kapanen up the left wing to Dickinson. Dickinson's checked off the puck. Shot towards the goal by Podkolzin. Off the outside of the post. Howden up the boards. Eichel looking to come up with it. And there's a couple Oilers tied up behind the play. Here comes Jack Eichel. Vegas has numbers here. Eichel across. And Vegas scores. It's 3-0. Lauzon scores. Wow. First goal in 2 years for Lauzon. Kapanen was caught behind the play. I don't know what was going on behind the play in the Vegas Golden Knights zone. But Vegas makes it 3-0. The crowd was reacting like something was happening behind the play. Vegas comes in. Yeah, look at Kapanen. He was tied up there. I mean, I don't know how you don't call the play dead. 2 players tied up like that. Oh, yeah, and then Kapanen got tripped. Kapanen got tripped by Howden, and they didn't call it. And then the play comes up the ice, and Lauzon scores. That's crazy, man. That's crazy. That's absolutely wild to me. And the crowd deserves to be in shambles right now. How do you not call a penalty there? And of course, that's how it works, right? You don't make the call, and then it goes down the ice, and it's a goal. Brutal, man. These refs have been absolutely horrific tonight. Why no knob? You can't challenge that. There was no challenge available there for the Oilers. But the Oilers are now down 3-0, and I mean, yikes. Here's Ty Emberson. He'll flip it through high in the air. Adam Henrique trying to grab it. That's out of the reach of Curtis Lazar. And here's Mitch Marner now. Left wing towards the goal. That's stopped by Connor Ingram. Would have liked to save by Ingram on that one personally. I know there should have been a penalty. That's the one that I think Connor Ingram probably should have had, though. Here's Wallman now. He'll play that around the boards. Matt Savoy into the middle, and that's given up. And Vegas is just going to trap things up now, folks. This is going to be a very difficult game to come back. Vegas is very stingy defensively, and that's icing on Edmonton. So Edmonton has 1 shot this period, by the way. Nuge hasn't been huge, unfortunately. Not a 5-on-5. Yeah, that's crazy. Jeremy Lauzon, man. First goal in 2 years for Lauzon. There's no choky. I mean, listen, guys. Edmonton was on a 5-game winning streak, right? You're going to lose some games sometimes. Let's see if Edmonton can make a game out of this. We'll see if they can make a game out of it. Is Nuge injured if he was playing so good to start the season? I'm not sure what's going on with Nuge. He's just hasn't been able to produce much at 5-on-5. Mr. Doom has the script, says it's going to be 3-3 by the end of the second. Let's do it. Should I lace up my skates? Absolutely. Somu, Vegas had a 2-on-1 that they converted on, and then there was a play in the Golden Knights zone that they didn't blow the whistle for, and then they came down the ice, and then Lausanne made it 3-0 not long after. Oh, and here's Ekholm. He might have got away with a trip there on Riley Smith. So it looks like the refs have just put their whistles away forever now. That's even for Edmonton. Ekholm could have been called for a trip there. Here's Ekholm up the right wing. Savoy to McDavid. McDavid, he'll rim it in deep. Carter Hart leaves that puck for Theodore. Nugent Hopkins fights for it. Can't come up with it. Nice job by Ekholm to pinch and keep it alive, though. Connor McDavid into the middle. Nugent Hopkins trying to center it to Savoy. He's checked off the puck. Comes to Ekholm across to Bouchard. Bouchard to Nugent Hopkins. McDavid. Here's Nugent Hopkins with a shot, and good save by Carter Hart. Nugent Hopkins didn't get much on that shot, though. Good save by Hart with 10:02 to go here in the first period. Or second period, not first period. Oh, my God. I'm tired. We're tired here, folks. Yeah, that new coach bump, folks. That's what a lot of fans were concerned about heading into this one. That new coach bump has obviously paid dividends for the Golden Knights, as they look like they could go to 3-0 under John Tortorella. As far as I'm aware, Vegas is playing the same system, but again, you get that new coach bump, you're just on top of it a little bit more. It's something that happens no matter who makes a coaching change. Usually a team gets that extra bump. They go on a bit of a winning streak. See it all the time. Hey, what's going on, Nita? Heart feels heavy right now. Thanks for streaming today. Hey, no worries. No worries. I got you. Are the Ducks losing? Good for them. I think the Oilers are definitely aware of the importance of the game. I think this game doesn't spell the end of anything. I mean, Edmonton would essentially have to go winless, Gordon, to fall out of a playoff spot. I'm not too concerned about that happening. As long as they rebound, right? After tonight, they have a couple days off. They go on a little mini road trip before they come back home. For like 4 games, but the vibes are for sure better. Yeah, I mean, hey, at least the Kings won today, Jello. Guys wanting hugs in the corners behind the play. Yep. You turned it off, Vince. Oh, no. Well, I hope you turn it on when the comeback starts happening. That's a tough one. And you have to remember, too, Edmonton has a lot of injuries right now, right? Draisaitl's not in. Hyman's not in. Of course, the GOAT, Matthias Janmark, he's out for the rest of the season. If we had Janmark, this game is probably at minimum 3-2, right? What happened to Hyman? I don't know. They didn't say what the injury is. He's just a little bit dinged up right now. So nice chip play by Szymanski. Tried to bring it into the Golden Knights zone. He will get by Anderson. Stops up to the blue line. Shot towards the goal, and a good reactionary save by Carter Hart. Here's Jack Roslovic now. He'll bring that puck into the Golden Knights zone behind their net. Here's Hanifin, throws a hit. Here's Darnell Nurse now along the half wall. Puck towards the Golden Knights goal, and that goes high and over the glass. And now there's some rough stuff after the whistle here. Look at Trent Frederick. Frederick wants to go with someone. He's looking around. He wants someone to challenge him here. Looks like Nurse is tied up in the corner behind the net. Hanifin's in there, of course. Roslovic's in there. 10-0. No, not 10-0 with Janmark in the lineup. Look at Trent Frederick. I don't know who he's trying to go after here. But Szymanski with a nice play and a good shot by Nurse and a good save by Carter Hart. Nick Dowd trying to play that up the ice. Trent Frederick was trying to throw a hit as well. Good hit there thrown by Frederick on Dowd. And then Frederick started getting shoved after the whistle, and then he was looking for someone to go with. He look at him. He's like, who wants to go? 15 goals from, I think it's confirmed that Janmark won't even play in the playoffs. He is done. He's on season-ending LTIR. How did they score the 2 goals? There was a 2-on-1, Marner to Sissons, and then there was a rush play. Puck went to Lauzon, and he fired it from the left circle that beat Ingram over the blocker. Show emotion, just stay out of the box. Yeah, I mean, at this point, do you just take a, pound of flesh? Or I think this game is still like, Edmonton can come back. We've seen them score in bunches before. We've seen them have crazy comebacks in the past, but obviously this is not an ideal game right now for the Oilers. They do have quite a few players that are on expiring contracts this summer. Oh, man, nice hit by Wallman. Dorofiev's mad about it for some reason. I don't know. He just ran into Wallman. And the puck goes off the ankle of Max Jones. That was a bad outlet pass. Puck sent back in the Oilers zone. Wallman on his backhand. Up the boards through the neutral zone out of the reach of Lazar. He'll go for a change. Puck's going to be picked up by Emberson. He'll play it across to Wallman. Puck sent in deep. Connor McDavid will chase after it. Against Lauzon. Throws a good hit. Ekholm can't keep the puck alive. And here's Evan Bouchard now for Edmonton. Into the neutral zone to Connor McDavid. He'll skate it through. Finds Ekholm. Ekholm cycles it down low, but Mitch Marner's there to cut off that pass. And Vegas is going to get out of trouble here. They're going to skate it up the ice. Here's nice job by Vegas to get that in deep. Matt Savoy against Marner can't come up with it. Here's Hanifin across to Anderson. Rasmus Anderson behind the Oilers' goal. Brings it out in front. Plays it to the point for Hanifin. Hanifin with a shot that bounces around in front, and it's sent into an open area by Nugent Hopkins, picked up by the Golden Knights. Here's Marner now. Down low to Anderson. Into the middle, and man, Mark Stone couldn't corral that one. Otherwise, he would have had a wide open look on the net for a shot. Good defensive play by Marner, and Vegas brings it back into the Oilers zone. And well, they're going to say offside, actually, on Vegas. I didn't think that was offside, but Stone's got blood all over his jersey. I don't know what the heck that guy has been. I don't know what happened there. Yeah, Wallman threw a bit of a reverse hit on Dorofeev. He wasn't happy about that. Now, we're not blaming Hyman here. Listen, it's load management, right? If Hyman's not 100%, why would you risk, furthering whatever injury he has and making it worse? Right? There's no sense trying to make an injury worse just to win one of these regular season games that, in the grand scheme of things, doesn't matter, absolutely. But when it comes down to like the playoffs and stuff, I'd rather the playoffs or the players just be healthy for the playoffs. Five-game win streak was good. Listen, the Oilers win on a run here. You're going to lose sometimes. Do I think they can still come back? Absolutely. But Vegas has dominated the second period. Like, no question about it. I mean, if the Ducks lose and the Oilers lose, then they remain tied for first. But Edmonton does have the tiebreaker. The only unfortunate thing is Vegas getting the 2 points on Edmonton, right? Because Vegas right now is what, three points back of Edmonton in the standings. Hold on, let's take a look. Yeah, Vegas is 3 points back. So after tonight, it would be 1 point back. Vegas, of course, has 26 wins in regulation. The Oilers have 30. So Edmonton, again, still has that tiebreaker. Yeah, there was someone that I timed out for 30 minutes. I always will give like one timeout, and then if they come back from the timeout and they still remain silly in the chat, then it's just going to be a permaban. But I give everyone their one chance. Miraculous comeback incoming. I like that we're trying to will that into existence in the chat right now. Need that energy. Here's Murphy up the half wall, out of the reach of Kapanen. Maybe Franklin was bad luck. The last few streams that I've done, Franklin and the Cats haven't been around. Here's a shot towards Ingram. He'll swallow that one up, and he'll make the save. I've never banned you, Cam. You're a liar. It's funny. Tortorella. They're showing Tortorella. He didn't know which direction to go when he came off the ice the other day. That's funny. Manifesting or delusion? Both. We like a little bit of Delulu here in this household. Here's Vegas. Hanifin keeps that puck alive. And yeah, the Oilers just look completely... They look off. You can tell the lines because they got switched around that there's not much chemistry here. There's a... Puck went up into the crowd and... Uh-oh. Puck hit someone in the crowd. There's a reaction there. The puck went into the crowd and hit someone, and they're calling for some help. So hopefully everyone's okay down there. That's always scary, man. Pucks fly up like that. Hopefully everyone's okay. You never want to see that. See, it's times like this where you realize, that this is just a game. You hope whoever got hit by that puck is gonna be okay. Lazar just tried to dump it in. It rimmed off the... Yeah, that's a tough one, man. He shot that out hard. Well, that guy looks like he's in good spirits. He's heading up the stairs. I'm not sure if he was the one that got hit or not. They were showing someone. I don't know if that was the guy, but if that was the guy that got hit, he was walking up those steps in pretty good spirits, so hopefully he's okay. Oh, yeah, look at oh, my God. Look at him. Oh, look at that, dude. Yeah, he's running on adrenaline right now, man. He's running on adrenaline. Jeez. Yeah, they just showed the guy. He had a cut above his eye. He was bleeding everywhere. Oh, my God. Yeah, he's going to get treated for that. Hopefully, he'll probably be back in his seat by the end of the period here. He's going to get stitched up, maybe. Here's a puck towards the Golden Knights net. Nice job by Henrique. The Oilers trying to come up with it. They're banging away at that puck. Couple good looks, and Carter Hart once again stands his ground, doesn't give anything up. Got to win it for that guy. Let's do it. Win it for that guy, whoever that guy was. What an absolute champ in the crowd who got hit with that puck. Here's Adam Henrique, sends the puck into the Vegas zone. Hanifin across the ice to Anderson. Anderson up the middle, tipped in towards Ingram. Has to make a save on a bouncing puck. Evan Bouchard gave the puck away to Stone. Nice job by Rozovic on the back check. Here's Ingram to Ekholm. Ekholm up the left boards, just out of the reach of Savoy. And Vegas is doing such a good job just getting their sticks in the lanes, man. Vegas trying to keep the puck alive here. Stolen by McDavid. He'll find Savoy. Drops it for McDavid. McDavid's going to get checked by Stone. Vegas sends it up the ice. Nice keep by Wallman. He keeps that in the zone. Oh, what a keep by Wallman. Here's McDavid. Bouchard towards the goal. Rebound in front out of the reach of Rozovic. Wallman sends it down low. And Rozovic on the top line now instead of Nugent Hopkins. Here's Matt Savoy. Can't come up with that puck off of his stick. McDavid, he's going to wait for the Oilers to tag up. Rozovic on his backhand. McDavid trying to play it back to the point, and he's forced off the puck. Comes to Wallman. McDavid skates it through the neutral zone. He'll stop up, plays it back to Bouchard. Bouchard, right circle, down low, behind the Golden Knights net. Rozovic, one-timer, and good save by Hart, maybe? I don't know if he got a piece of that. And McDavid tried to make a little back... I don't know what kind of pass that was to himself, but the Oilers do maintain possession. Here's Trent Frederick now, trying to drop it for Szymanski. Szymanski around the boards, over the stick of Frederick, comes to Nugent Hopkins. So now you have Frederick, Nugent Hopkins, and Szymanski. So there have been changes in the lines for Edmonton here the last couple of shifts. Puck sent towards the Golden Knights goal, and that goes wide. Now Vegas will send that down, and Vegas desperately needed a change. They had a couple tired bodies out there. Here's Josh Szymanski. He'll skate it through the neutral zone, left wing. He drops it for Frederick. Frederick sends it in deep. Szymanski chases after it, and Vegas does a good job maintaining possession. They'll shoot it up the ice, though. That's going to be not icing. Puck came to Ingram, and Ingram tried to play it forward. Ingram tried to keep that play moving, but it came to him. They blew the whistle. The ref's laughing. That was a quick whistle. We ain't winning 6. All right, defensive zone draw. Nugent Hopkins is out there to take it for the Oilers. Puck is going to be cycled around behind the Oilers' goal. Here's Hurdle trying to center it out in front. Good job by Nugent Hopkins to get his stick on that, though. Puck through the middle of the ice. Murphy can't grab it. Riley Smith keeps it alive. Kolasar or Korzak can't come up with it. Nugent Hopkins will grab it for the Oilers. On his backhand, trying to get it to Nurse. Nurse is being tied up in the corner. And Vegas, once again, on the forecheck. Centering attempt. Goes off of Murphy's feet. Trent Frederick can't grab it. Here's a high flip down the ice by Nurse. And that's going to be picked up by Rasmus Andersson. Trent Frederick will apply some pressure, allow the Oilers to get a change, and Frederick will go for a change himself now. Here's Riley Smith. Sends the puck deep into the Oilers zone. Here's Ekholm to Dickinson. Dickinson powers his way through a couple of defenders. Podkolzin with a hard rim behind the Golden Knights net. Here's Wallman. If Edmonton has any chance of coming back, they need one before the end of the period here. Here's Kapanen. Down low to Podkolzin. Podkolzin will play it back to the point. Ekholm across to Wallman. Looks like the defense pairs have changed a little bit here, too. You have Wallman out there with Ekholm. Here's Podkolzin fighting for it. Kolazar grabs it for Vegas. Here's Kolazar. Manages to get by Dickinson, and here's Rasmus Andersson. Up the boards. Into the zone deep. Here's Smith. Cole Smith into the middle of the ice. Dorofiev. It is Dorofiev. I was right. Dorofiev to Theodore. Theodore towards the goal. Puck in front. Where is it? It's bouncing around. Nobody seemed to find it, and Vegas will come up with possession. That looked like it could have been too many men, but they must have said he changed just in time. They gave him that 3 feet near the boards of leeway. Here's Howden, centers it out in front. Trying the short side pass. Another puck towards Ingram, and he's forced to hang on to that one. And Adam Henrique's having a conversation saying too many men there, but I don't think it was too many men. I don't think they missed one there. I don't know what you're on about, Andrew Tater. I don't know what you're on about right now. But you're not talking hockey. Yeah, how many shots do the Oilers have this period? It is not a lot. I find the Oilers, like, after a pretty decent first period, the shots are 11-6 here in the second period for Vegas. 11-6. Will the Oilers turn it around the third like they usually do? Tough to say. It's a tough one tonight. Not sure if they got it tonight, but you could if you want outdoors, RJ. No guarantee that I'll play, but you can if you wanted to. I guess I need to end that poll too. Maybe the poll was bad luck. Now that we've taken the poll out of the chat, things are going to be okay. You did tell me, Kyle. It's the polls, dude. 100-3. Well, I think that, I mean, who knows? Maybe that is possible. Probably not, though. Pokemon, go to the polls. Oh, my God. So the shots are 23-16 in favor of the Golden Knights, and the Oilers send that down the ice for an icing. Have I thought about adding background noise? Not really, no. I don't know what I could add as background noise, if I'm going to be honest. They mentioned the 16-game win streak. Of course they did. I've thought about adding some music during like intermissions and stuff, but again, it's tough because if you add music that gets copyrighted, well, then there goes the monetization, right? And I just don't want to risk that. Erica swearing. Poor Erica. This is a tough one. This is a tough one. If you paid real good money to go to this one, this is a tough one. No Hyman. The lines have been shuffled. 3-0 Vegas. Here's Max Jones. Oh, good defensive play by Shea Theodore to knock the puck off of Max Jones' stick. Kevin McLeod? Kevin McLeod? McLeod? I'll have to look it up. Here's Darnell Nurse trying to play this puck up the middle of the ice, just out of the reach of the Oilers forward. Marner sends it down. Here's Murphy on his backhand, trying to reverse it, trying to find Nurse. Here's a play along the back door, and Dorofeev can't beat Ingram. Here's Curtis Lazar now. He'll chase after the puck, kept alive by Bouchard. He'll give it to Ekholm. Ekholm waits, gives it to Evan Bouchard. Bouchard looks for a lane towards the goal, goes just wide. Matt Savoy on the forecheck, applies some pressure here against Dorofeev. Oh, good job by Savoy to Bouchard. Walks in and he scores. Oh, my God. Evan Bouchard just rips one over the blocker of Hart, and Connor McDavid's getting into it here after the goal. There's some rough stuff going on here. Not sure what happened to McDavid. McDavid's just letting his guys know, hey, let's get out of this. So Evan Bouchard gets the Oilers within 2. Let's see. I said the Oilers needed at least one before the end of the second if they have any chance of coming back. Nice job by Savoy. He keeps that play alive. Evan Bouchard walks in and he just rips it. Huge shot by Bouchard. What a snipe, bar down. And then I'm not sure what happened after the puck went in the net. Rozovic, Anderson was there, and Sportsnet not showing the replay. Of course, they don't show it actually happen. It's the pole curse. Yeah, exactly. It was the pole. As soon as I got rid of that stupid pole, Edmonton scores 1 to make it a 2-goal game. He's so good. Evan Bouchard's so good. And I hope Kevin Bieksa feels like a dummy for what he said in the first intermission. I hope he feels like a big dumb. But again, Kevin Bieksa likes to stir the pot, right? We know how good Bouchard is. We don't need to convince anyone anymore. We already know. So that's a nice shot by Bouchard. That puck is going to be sent into the Golden Knight zone. That's going to be ice. Well, they're going to say that's icing. 8.9 seconds left in the second. Kevin McLeod. Okay, I'll have to look up Kevin McLeod. Yeah, what a shot there. Yeah, Anderson wasn't happy. What, he had his stick knocked out of his hand, or? Anderson wasn't happy. So the Oilers obviously got away with one there. And then, yeah, Anderson went after McDavid, and then Savoy grabbed Anderson. Yeah, Rasmus Anderson obviously has a bit of PTSD from his time with the Flames and how badly the Oilers would beat Calgary. So I don't blame him for being frustrated there. Oh, and here's McDavid walks in short side, and good save by Carter Hart. Holy smokes. Are you kidding me with that? Connor McDavid, he walked in, tried to beat Hart short side there at the end of the period. Carter Hart has made some big saves here. We can McDavid get by the defense walks in. There was room too. Hart just got that shoulder up to swallow that shot, man. So the Oilers, I mean, they're not out of this one yet. They're not out of it yet. That late goal by Bouchard is absolutely massive. They are within 2 now. They are within 2. So we'll see how it goes. We'll see how the third period goes. Let's take a look at what happened in that period. Colton Sissons made it 2-0. Jeremy Lauzon made it 3-0. But where the fans were mad about this was you had Howden and Kapanen tied up behind the play. Kapanen gets tripped, no call, and then the puck comes to Lauzon, his first goal in 2 years. The crowd was just super mad about that, but the Oilers did get away with one, knocking the stick out of Rasmus Anderson's hand before Bouchard made it a 3-1 game. Bouchard's shot went wide of the net. Matt Savoy does a good job keeping the play alive against Dorofeev. Bouchard walks in, and he goes bar down here on Carter Hart. Just a wicked wrist shot, man. He's got one of the best wrist shots in the whole league. I know we talk about his slap shots a lot, but man, oh man, what a shot by Evan Bouchard to make it a 2-goal game. Edmonton is within striking distance here. The Oilers did flip the lines around a little bit in that second period. Time on ice, McDavid leads the way for Edmonton. Trent Frederick has played the least amount for the Oilers at 6:30. Szymanski 6:35. Lazar 6:39. Again, it's kind of a tough one here. Five more gifted? What? We'll take a look at the advanced stats. I'm sure Vegas has gotten a little bit closer in the deserve to win meter. Yes, they have. Yes, they have. Again, like the expected goals in this game are in Edmonton's favor, 2.36 to 1.49. So it's still in Edmonton's favor. If we go 5-on-5 here, it is much more even. The Oilers had some good looks on the power play in the first period, but decided to watch the last half of the Ducks-Flames game, rooting for the Flames since I don't believe our come on, Janice, you got to believe in the comeback, folks. You got to believe in the comeback. Bouchard leads the way in terms of expected goals among individual players for Edmonton. Poor Josh Szymanski at the very bottom. Tough game for the kid. That's a tough one. This is a very good Vegas Golden Knights team. And Connor Ingram, of course, he's at a minus 1.51 goals saved above expected and an 864 save percentage. Going to need Ingram to lock in the third period here, and we're going to need the offense to also lock in. They're only down by 2, and I feel like Edmonton can come back in this one. Will they? I don't know, but I feel like they can come back. Was close to going to the away game. Utah, San Jose, LA. Was about to do sick from work. What? You're going to travel for those games and call in sick? Hey, listen. Live your life, man. If it brings you joy, whatever sparks joy and brings you joy, do it. Unless you like your job. And as long as it doesn't put your coworkers in a bad spot. Kevin is salty on the Calgary broadcast about the Oilers fans DMing Elliot Friedman. Oh my God. Is he actually? Come on. Come on, BX. You've been around the game long enough. Relax. He knew that he was going to get that reaction, and now he's going to act like that. That's wild. The Oilers were down 3-1 against the Jets. I don't even remember when that was. Henrique Lazar next year, and is Kapanen still an Oiler? I think they re-sign Kapanen. Adam Henrique, let him walk as a free agent. I think Adam Henrique is essentially done. Like, I think his career is almost over. Let Henrique walk in the offseason. Curtis Lazar is a good, cheap option, but you probably don't need him. You got guys ready to come up from Bakersfield that can play. Like, I think Josh Szymanski can fill that role. I think you can have Jarventi fill that role. So I don't know if Lazar might just be like redundant. Think Ingram could have stopped 2 of the goals. I think I only blame him on the one. The Lauzon goal I didn't like. That's the only one I didn't like. You think we'd be winning if we had your goaltending from my NHL 26 league? No. No, I don't think so. Rozovic, I'm okay with re-signing. I like how the first thing that he says, man, just can't be a normal person. I hope you have a wonderful night and a wonderful weekend, Kyle Giannis. 420. See you later, bro. Spending a Saturday night when you could just be enjoying your life, spending it trolling on a random YouTuber's chat. Interesting. Do we see Pickard in the playoffs? Not unless there's an injury. And please knock on wood that we do not get an injury. Hey, Cecily, I've been doing fantastic. How are you doing today? Good to see you again. Lazar on minimum would be okay. Yeah, he's good to have his depth, right? Good to have his depth. But I am gonna be back, folks. I am gonna take a quick break. We're coming back. Trust the Cecily guarantee. I like it. Cue the comeback. Let's do it. It's all good. Oilers 780. Tough second period, but the Oilers, we'll see if they come back in the third. I will be back, folks. I will be back. Also, hit the like button if you haven't hit the like button yet. I don't know what we're at for likes. The goal was 125 tonight, so smash the like button. All right. Let's see how this third period goes. Third period will be starting soon, folks. I never cheer for the Flames, but go Flames. On this night only. On this night only. That would be the perfect long weekend, Bubsy. That absolutely would be. Does Calgary ownership stay under the player pay cap? I think they'll probably spend to the salary cap, especially when they get their new arena built. I would imagine. Could be wrong though. Maybe not. Who knows? I'm with you, Nita. I'm with you. That's what I'm saying, Dr. Sandwich. Like, I don't know why we've had a few weird people in the chat tonight. There's been more than a couple where I've just been kind of like the eyebrow raise, like, interesting. Very interesting. Regina Pats just lost in 5 games in the first round. That is unfortunate, Floppa. Damn. Did I watch the Leafs game? No, but I saw that LA won 7-6 in overtime. Also, the LA Kings set an NHL record with their 31st overtime game of the season. Cringe. Yeah, that Leafs game. I mean, it looked crazy. There's some weird scores in the NHL today. You had Pittsburgh beat Florida 9-4. Like, that's a crazy score too. Last 5 minutes, yeah, they absolutely were. After that guy got hit in the head with the puck, the Oilers decided, let's turn it up now. Let's win it for that guy. I don't know who that guy was that got hit in the face with the puck, but win it for him. Give us Cats. They didn't want to come in this time. They didn't want to join us for the post intermission. Could you imagine, Mark? They lower Janmark from the rafters. They lower him down. The lights go dark, and then it's like WWE. The lights dim, and then like Janmark has like a walkout song. Lights are going crazy. Janmark comes onto the ice. Nobody can get the puck from him. Yeah, if you're the Oilers, here, you don't have to win outright in the third period, right? The goal is try and get one before the 10-minute mark and then try and tie it up before the end of the third. And then, hey, who knows what happens if you get this thing to overtime. And his name is Matthias Janmark. Undertaker's style. That'd be incredible. The lights turn off before they drop the puck. Everyone's trying to figure out what's going on. The lights come on, and there's just like a coffin at center ice. That would be crazy, dude. Oh, and here's an immediate giveaway off the face-off, but luckily Vegas was unable to get a shot off. I'm the only one that thinks the Colorado goaltending sucks the last few games. They've regressed a little bit. Blackwood and Wedgwood probably could be playing a little bit better as of late, but I still think Colorado's the team to beat out of the Western Conference. Wait, what? Is that what Sportsnet said? What's happening? What's going on today? There's some weird energy going on today. Here's Rozovic. He'll give that puck to McDavid, trying to find Savoy across the ice. Puck down low. Savoy centers it out in front. Evan Bouchard on his forehand, looking to get that puck to an area. McDavid has it checked off of his stick, and he'll pick it up. Here's a puck sent back in the Oilers zone. Edmonton looks like they're going to make a change here. Here's Bouchard. He'll give that puck to Darnell Nurse across the ice to Bud Colson. He steps into the right circle, spins away from a check, feeds it to the point. Murphy looking for a lane, and that puck goes through a massive humanity wide of the net. I don't know how that didn't hit anything. Here's Bud Colson now to Nugent Hopkins. Down low to Bud Colson as the Oilers get to work on the forecheck. Connor Murphy. Down low. Here's Ryan Nugent-Hopkins. Across to Nurse. Looks for a lane. One-timer and a good save by Carter Hart. That puck is going to be kept alive by Darnell Nurse. And there's a penalty coming up to Vegas. The Oilers are going to get an early power play here. Edmonton with an extra attacker. Nugent Hopkins now to McDavid. McDavid across, trying to find Nugent Hopkins. Puck over his stick to Connor Murphy. He's looking for McDavid. McDavid's checked by Barbashev. And the Oilers are going to get a power play here. Oilers are going to get a power play. Not sure who's going to the box. I didn't see what happened, but Tortorella doesn't look happy about it. All right, so Korzak is going to the box for 2 minutes. Don't know what he got called for. I didn't hear it when it was called, but all right, this power play's got to convert here. Like, there's no excuses. This power play has to convert. So, yeah, Korzak got called for tripping, and yeah, that's a trip. That's a trip. Bubsy better have the lotto numbers ready to go if they have like completely called this. Here's McDavid off the faceoff with a backhand and a good stop by Hart. Here's Nugent Hopkins now trying to center it out in front. That goes off of a body. Nugent Hopkins reverses, gives it to Savoy. Savoy left circle. To Evan Bouchard. Bouchard scored late in the second. Oh, and Bouchard with a bit of a giveaway here. And here come the Golden Knights. Here's Smith. Cole Smith checked off the puck. He'll take a hit from Rozovic as the Oilers are fighting for possession here. There's a minute and a half left in the power play, and Vegas has done a good job kind of keeping the Oilers at bay. Here's Evan Bouchard. There's a minute 20 left here in the power play. Up the middle to Nugent Hopkins. Matt Savoy. Savoy shot towards the goal. Doesn't make it. Kept in by McDavid. Trying to send it back to Bouchard. Bouchard, nice backhand pass to McDavid. Keeps that alive. Along the half wall. Right circle. McDavid to Nugent Hopkins. Centers it out in front to Rozovic. He's checked off the puck. McDavid looking for a lane. Here's Bouchard. Oh, man. And his slap attempt is... Well, I mean, Bouchard's stick exploded on the slap shot attempt. He'll grab a new stick. Puck will come across the ice to Matt Savoy, trying to drop it back. And again, Kolasar gets it out for Vegas. Edmonton, a little discombobulated. That passes out of the reach of McDavid. That's going to be sent down the ice into the Oilers zone. Here's Evan Bouchard, 30 seconds to go here on the power play. He gets it up the ice to McDavid. McDavid walks it in, middle of the ice. In front, and I don't know why Kapanen didn't take that to the net. He had a lane. Kapanen played it back to Bouchard. It comes to the left circle. McDavid centers it out in front, looking for a tip in front, and that goes wide of the net. Here's Adam Henrique looking for a play in front, and Vegas is going to come up with it. Mitch Marner sends it down the ice. 16-10 to go here in the third. The Oilers, I don't even know if they got a single shot on net. That's not a good power play. Here's Kapanen. He's checked off the puck. Jack Eichel comes up with it. And here's Mark Stone. He'll drop it. Shot towards the goal. Tipped in front, and Stone scores. And that is that's the backbreaker there, folks. The Oilers don't generate anything on the power play. Vegas comes down the ice and immediately makes it 4-1. And that's a tough one. That's probably going to be the game. Vegas did a good job killing that power play. The Oilers couldn't get anything going. I think there was one shot. McDavid got one shot on net there. So not a good power play. Once again, this power play has been terrible without Draisaitl. Barbashev towards the goal, and what a deflection by Stone. Over the glove of Ingram. Not much he could do there. Not much he could do on that one. That's suboptimal. I don't know what they're showing. I don't know what that replay is that they just showed on Sportsnet. That was that was a nothing replay. So yeah, 4-1 Vegas probably puts this thing out of reach, unless you really believe in a miracle. I don't know if I believe in the miracle in this one. That power play just sucked the life out of the team tonight, man. 0 for 3. That's a big difference maker. Unable to convert, or 0 for 2, 0 for 3, 0 for 3. Then they went to party. I don't know about that. Miracle on ice, says Kyle. Could you imagine? Here's a puck deflects into the Vegas Golden Knights bench. 26 to play here in the third. Yeah, exactly. There's still, there's still a few games left in the season. The loss is not ideal because you had the Kings win tonight, obviously. I don't know what the score is in the Sharks game, but Edmonton is still firmly in control of their own destiny when it comes to playoff positioning. Here's a face-off. Adam Henrique trying to fight for it. Along the wall, Max Jones sends it in deep. It's 3-2. Yeah, Nashville had a 3-0 lead, so San Jose is trying to mount a comeback. They're fighting for their playoff lives, too. I'm greedy. Just got back. Yes, it's not ideal, Somu. It's not ideal right now. Yeah, exactly. Can't win them all. 5-game win streak. At some point, the streak comes to an end, right? No, Edmonton will still be in first. If Anaheim loses tonight, Edmonton is still first in the Pacific Division. So this loss doesn't really have any bearing on the seeding right now. Puck sent towards Carter Hart, deflects wide of the net. Adam Henrique pokes it back to the blue line. Nurse trying to feed it down low. Nice stick by Marner. That's going to come up the middle here. Howden will send it towards Ingram. Ingram plays it to Ekholm. Ekholm out there with Nurse right now, so the defense pairs have been kind of changed up here. We saw Ekholm with Nurse a little bit in that second period, too. Nurse is going to get in on the forecheck. In Vegas, they're just going to manage the puck. I mean, this is Vegas' game to lose now, and if you're the Oilers, it's going to be incredibly difficult to get back here. This team beating the 16-game win streak and now the 5. Yeah, I mean... It happens, folks. The Oilers won 3 games against Vegas this season. You lose 1 out of every 4 against Vegas. If they meet in the first round, well, Edmonton would have a 3-1 series lead, assuming that this score holds up. There's a shot towards Ingram into the corner. Yeah, kind of a tough night for Ingram, too. He had been playing pretty solid. I don't think the team played horrifically in front of him. There's a couple he probably wants back. Here's Trent Frederick getting in on the forecheck here. You would have liked to see, I think, a more committed effort, I guess, bearing down on some chances. They hit a crossbar. It is what it is. I'm not going to be too heartbroken over it. At least they won a few games in a row without Leon. Now, the real test will be making sure that you don't turn this into a losing streak, right? They had a win streak, but you can't allow this to turn into a losing streak. We'll take a look at the schedule here coming up for Edmonton because they do go out on the road. They do hit the road. They play Utah and then San Jose on a back-to-back Tuesday, Wednesday next week. And then they play the Kings on that Saturday. So if Edmonton, realistically, they probably have to go you lose tonight. If you win at least one of these, you beat the Kings, that will guarantee you your playoff spot. If they want to get first in the division, they probably have to win 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. They probably have to win 3 out of the last 5. Probably 4 out of 5 to get first for sure. Yeah, it was a good dream, wasn't it? We had a little bit of life at the end of the second, but unfortunately, Vegas likes to rip the dream out of our hands sometimes. They've been known to do that. I mean, if you have the money to travel to 3 cities for that whole road trip, McDavid, I mean, listen, I'm not gonna be the one to tell you if you can go or not go. Hey, sounds good, RJ. Appreciate it. Trust the comeback, 6-4. I don't know if I see 5 goals in the next 13-28, but I want to choose to believe. Hey, Gordon. Yeah, it's one of those nights. It's one of those nights, folks. It happens. Take this loss in the regular season, then they win in the playoffs. Yeah, exactly. You know what? Lose this one, make it count in the playoffs. Normal user will be happy that Vegas has 1 win in 4 games against Edmonton this season, so that's good. Oilers Nation posted that a baby was currently being born at Rogers Place. That is wild, bro. More than happy, thrilled. It'll be fun if we meet in the first round here. It'll be fun. Imagine, could you imagine? That'd be crazy. I don't think it's that guy's kid. But that would have been wild. Here's a face-off. Puck comes across to Evan Bouchard. Right circle to McDavid. Bouchard with a shot, and that's... I mean, Carter Hart didn't even see that. He made the save. I don't think Carter even saw that one. McDavid trying to center it in front. Rozovic fights for it. He's checked off the puck, and that puck is going to be flipped into the neutral zone. Hockey bingo card. There you go. That'll be fun. Here's Rozovic trying to go short side, and another save by Carter Hart. Yeah, I like the Rozovic shoots. We need more shooters on this team, or more shot first mentality, I should say. Shooters. You should get season tickets for life if you're born in Rogers Place. Oilers have lost the last 3 Hockey Night in Canada's. All right, we're banning Hockey Night in Canada. No more Hockey Night in Canada. Calgary's up 4-2. Well, it was 4-1, so hopefully Anaheim doesn't come back in that one. Here's Nugent Hopkins. He'll flip that puck deep into the Golden Knights zone, chased by Kapanen. Yeah, if the Ducks lose, Edmonton is still in first place, technically, because they have the tiebreaker. Here's a pass up to Kapanen with a shot, and another save by Carter Hart as he kind of hangs on to that rebound. Kapanen didn't quite get everything on that shot. Marks out of 10 so far for the Oil, probably like a 6 out of 10. I think the effort's been there. Haven't gotten the same amount of saves, and they just haven't. The power play is what sunk them in this one. Edmonton's 0 for 3 on the power play. I know they're missing Draisaitl and Hyman, but that power play is anemic without those two. They really have to get something going on that power play, because, like, what happens if any of these guys get hurt in the playoffs? You got to be able to produce somewhere. But that was the thing in the playoffs, right? When Hyman went down against Dallas last season, Corey Perry could be that net front. Corey Perry could put the puck in the net. Right now, Edmonton has too many guys that want to pass the puck. First game where you can feel Draisaitl's absence. It definitely has that feel, hey? Here's the face-off for McDavid. He's out there with Rozovic and Savoy. See if the Oilers can get one here. Here's another shot from the point, and that's picked up by Hart again. He swallows that one up. Keep seeing 29 on the ice, but it's never him. It's like me. I was seeing Leon earlier tonight, too. Who was our pest this year? I mean, Trent Frederick should be a pest. He hasn't been a pest nearly enough. Here's McDavid off the face-off once again in the offensive zone, trying to win it back. Savoy chases after it. Rozovic also chases after it. Puck sent down the ice, and that's going to be icing again. And yeah, Anaheim's made it a 1-goal game. Of course they have. And I'm looking to come back in that game against the Flames. Yeah, Frederick apparently is very quick. Whatever was bothering him, I mean, he had the high ankle sprain earlier in the year, but that he was trying to deal with over the summer. He had in the playoffs last year. Here's Rozovic off the face-off. I thought they were going to blow that play dead. Sent down the ice. Another icing on Vegas. Jeez, that's, 3 icings in a row? Mason McTavish, is that a future Oiler? He's been a healthy scratch a few times this season for Anaheim. Here's Rozovic off the faceoff. Does not win it back in Vegas. Are they going to ice it again? Trying to flip it through the middle of the ice. Kept alive by Bouchard. Puck in his feet. He's kicking it around. Does a good job. Finds Wallman to Savoy. McDavid. McDavid spins away from a check against Dowd. Centers it out in front. McDavid still has that puck on his stick. McDavid short side can't beat Hart. Here's McDavid again. Looking to get something here. Sends it across to Bouchard. Bouchard on his forehand. Walks in the middle of the ice to McDavid. McDavid behind the net. Doesn't shoot. Here's Wallman and he hit the post, I think. Or the outside of the net. McDavid is going to get pressured by a couple of Golden Knights now. Savoy can't come up with it. And that is going to be sent down in the Oilers zone. Not icing because it did end up hitting Connor Ingram. And Connor McDavid was buzzing, but they just cannot find a way to bear down on these chances. Here's Curtis Lazar across the ice to Jones. Jones sends it in deep for Henrique. Ekholm towards the goal, and nobody on Edmonton could tip that in front. Lazar and Jones are in front. Here's Henrique with a shot, and that deflects off his stick and over the net. I don't know if Adam Henrique knew how much time he had. He could have waited, and here's a giveaway, and you might have nice job by Nugent Hopkins. He got on the ice. Sissons, I thought, was about to have a breakaway, but the Oilers were changing a couple bodies, so Sissons was cut off before the breakaway happened. Adam Henrique up the left wing. Here's Bud Colson with a shot. That goes off of Carter Hart's shoulder. And again, it dropped in front of him. Hart has had some interesting rebounds tonight. Why are you not finishing our checks? The Oilers have thrown a few checks. Oh my God, Murphy stepped that puck in front of his own net. That was really sketchy. Here's Szymanski. Plays it back to the blue line. Wallman across to Murphy. Murphy with a shot, and that redirects in front. I don't know how Carter Hart made a save on that, and Vegas is going to ice it once again. Wild. Oilers have had a few good looks. Carter Hart's making some good saves. The Oilers also just can't seem to bury it. Wallman had a wide open net, and he just hit the post. Adam Henrique was wide open in front. His shot went off of Lauzon's stick. The playoffs start April 18th. We don't know when the Oilers are going to play game one, but they have to get there first, right? They haven't clinched yet, but the playoffs do start April 18th. The Oilers' last game of the season is April 16th, I believe. So there will be at least 1 day of rest for Edmonton. Who knows when they will play, though. Here's a centering pass. Bouchard with a shot. That hit someone in front. Colasar. Bouchard shot hit Colasar. He went down, but he'll be okay. Nice defensive play by Bouchard against Dowd. Jack Rozovic for Edmonton. Skates it into the middle of the ice. McDavid cross, trying to center it out in front. Not a great play by McDavid there, and that's going to be flipped up the ice. Picked up by Smith. Into the middle for Colasar. Colasar gets by Wallman. Here's a play in front. Good save by Ingram off of a good shot there by the Golden Knights. Down the ice. That's icing on Edmonton. 8:56 to play. Some teams might get more than 1 day of rest, right? Like the regular season ends on the 16th. Playoffs start on the 18th. Some teams might not start until the 19th or 20th. So it's possible that there will be a few days of rest for some teams, depending on the scheduling. Wait, did they say Max Jones left? I didn't see anything on Max Jones. Okay, Max Jones is back. They said Max Jones is back. I just heard it on the broadcast. Never seen someone pull a goalie with 9 minutes to go? You've never seen Patrick Waugh coach hockey. You should actually look up when he used to coach the Colorado Avalanche. He used to pull the goalie with like 7 minutes left in hockey games. It was wild. Here's Connor McDavid trying to center that puck, but that's stolen by Howden. Howden sends it in deep. Jake Wallman along the boards. Can't come up with it. Mitch Marner will. Marner cycles it down low. Evan Bouchard's going to get pressured by Dorofeev. Here's Bouchard to Jake Wallman. Wallman up the middle of the ice for Bud Colson, who has tons of speed here. Kapanen trying to get the shot off. Good defensive play by Howden. Lifted the stick. And Vegas is going to send that back in the Oilers zone as Edmonton just can't. They can't get anything going here. Vegas has done a good job defensively. Carter Hart has had a good night in the crease for the Golden Knights after struggling for a large part of the season before he got hurt. And Edmonton their offense just hasn't been there. When you lose Hyman and Draisaitl, you're taking a lot of goals out of the lineup, and you're asking a lot of guys who don't usually put the puck in the net. Puck sent down the Oilers zone. Ingram out of his crease. He'll find Darnell Nurse. Here's Darnell Nurse behind his net. 7:35 to play. He surveys the ice in front of him, looking for a lane, looking for the reset. Murphy up the right boards. Adam Henrique skated in, spins from a check, centers it out in front, and that goes off of Jones' foot and wide of the net. Here's Hurdle now. Plays it up the boards. Matthias Ekholm chops at it. Ekholm on his backhand, gives it to Bouchard. Bouchard up towards the Oilers bench, and that goes over the stick of Jones. That's going to be brought in by Stone with a shot that deflects wide of the net. And here comes Curtis Lazar. Lazar tried to play that puck to Henrique, and Henrique wasn't ready for it. Ekholm will bring it into the Golden Knights zone, and 5 Golden Knights are back, and there wasn't anything Ekholm could do other than get that puck deep. And not icing. Cole Smith beats out the icing. It looked like it was going to be icing on Vegas, but Vegas is going to keep that alive. Here's Hanifin across the ice. Theodore or McNabb with a shot. That goes over the net. Kolasar to Smith. Smith fights for it. Szymanski with support down low. Finds Murphy. Murphy to Szymanski. And this is a good shift for Vegas. Just hemming the Oilers in. Darnell Nurse will skate it out. He'll chip and chase behind the Golden Knights' net. Nurse throws a hit on McNabb. Vegas will move it up the ice, though. Here's Kolasar. Flip shot towards Ingram, and that's an easy save for Ingram. Here comes McDavid now. With speed, right circle, centers it out in front, just out of the reach of Roslovic. Wallman trying to send that puck in deep, and that goes off of a stick, and here come the Golden Knights. Hanifin in front. Here's a play. Oh, man, good save by Ingram. 2 good saves on Dorofeev. That puck was brought in front of the Oilers' net. Ingram was down on his butt. He made a couple of saves there on the Golden Knights. So at least Connor Ingram hasn't quite given up on this one. Yeah, great saves by Ingram. Great saves. So yeah, looking like a GG's here. Looking like a GG's. Oh no, did Anaheim come back? Did Anaheim come back in this one? No GG's, not yet. Listen, I'm not too concerned here. You're missing Hyman, you're missing Draisaitl. Yeah, the power play, you'd like it to convert. I thought at 5-on-5 tonight, the Oilers had some good looks. Carter Hart made some good saves. One of those games. Is it frustrating? Absolutely. Is it the end of the world? Not yet. Chicago's beating Seattle, so we did. I mean, we want to win all the time, right? We want to win all the time. Here's Cam with the $5 super chat. Fan injured by a puck needs a free sub here. I like that, Cam. I like that. Thank you for the $5 super chat. Washington smoked the Sabres. Yeah, I saw that. That's crazy. Wild. Yeah, Carter Hart had a good game for Vegas. He made some big saves. He was giving up some juicy rebounds. I wish the Oilers had a bit more of a shot mentality in this one. I know they still generated 27 shots so far and probably a couple more before the end here, but yeah, I agree, Floppa. I'm with you on that. Hey, I appreciate that, Rowan. Appreciate that. My pleasure, folks. Now, there is still 5:43 to go. We've seen some crazy comebacks. Remember when Vancouver came back against Dallas a couple of years ago? 3 goals in the final, minute and 10 seconds or something. You never know, right? And they're going to call Max Jones for tripping, and Jones is not happy about this call. Asmus Anderson. Savage. Oops. Accidentally had the clock still running. We'll just reset that clock. So Jones was getting checked here against Anderson. Jones just threw him down, and I guess Jones gets a penalty. 2 minutes for being stronger, I guess. I don't know. 2 minutes for being stronger, maybe? Darnell Nurse is having a conversation, letting him know. Nurse is having a laugh on the bench. Whatever Nurse was saying, I like it. I like the trash talking. Hey, sounds good, Cam. Thank you so much for the super chat, by the way. Hope you have a wonderful weekend. Remember, folks, if you celebrate Easter, have a safe and very happy Easter this weekend. Obviously, this score is not ideal, but there are things a little bit more important than hockey in life sometimes. We saw a fan get hit in the head with a puck earlier in this one, so hopefully he's okay. Apparently someone's giving birth at the game tonight. I don't know what that's all about. It's been crazy. Hey, appreciate that immersion. Just make sure if you are going to head out, just make sure you hit that like button on your way out. Best way to support the stream, and we are very close to 10,000 subscribers. We are going to be hitting that in the next couple of weeks, which is just wild to think about. I have a lot planned for that, by the way. So, yo, and McDavid with the gifted membership. Thank you so much for the gifted membership. And it goes to Steph. So, Steph, enjoy the gifted membership. Enjoy the badge next to your name. Enjoy the custom emotes that you can use. You can spam them if you want. Someone gave birth. That's how you know the playoffs are happening. Apparently, that's the word at Rogers Place. Someone was in labor at Rogers Place tonight. That's crazy. Here's Marner. He'll give that puck to Eichel. 43 seconds left on the power play here for Vegas. Here's Jack Eichel now. He'll play to the point. Nice stick by Szymanski as he breaks up that cross-ice attempt down the ice. 4:05 to go here in the third. Mercy pull Ingram at this point. Here come the Golden Knights. Puck towards Ingram. Off of his stick. Goes wide of the net. Hannafin. Left circle. Back to the point. Anderson with a shot. And he scores. Rasmus Anderson is staring some fans down. Look at him chirping. Rasmus Anderson trying to rile up the fans, folks. Yeah, we'll see who riles each other up once the playoffs start. They can have this one. I'm not too concerned. Vegas can have this one, folks. It happens. One of those games. Yeah, Rasmus Anderson does that thing where when he scores, he likes to just stare at someone in the crowd. So he thinks he's a big shot. Rasmus Anderson. He thinks he's a big shot. But at least the Ducks lost or will lose. I don't know what the home blowouts are at now. This one, not the same type of blowout. At least the effort was there for the Oilers. It's different when they get blown out and they're just not playing good hockey. I don't think the score was very reflective of how this game was played. You got to give credit to Vegas's defense. You got to give credit to their goaltending. Can this team not get slaughtered? Maybe you have to remember, too, they are missing Draisaitl and Hyman. They are missing two of their top 6 players, 2 of their top 4 players, realistically. So, I mean, Hyman has 31 goals this season. Draisaitl, I don't know what he was at before he went down with his injury. So it's tough to make that up, right? Here's Darnell Nurse. He's going to get checked by Stone. There's 3 minutes left here in the third period, and Vegas will look to just bring this one home. Maybe there's going to be some rough stuff, but if you're Edmonton, just try and get out of this without any injuries. Exactly. Edmonton beat Vegas 3 times this season. Vegas, this is their one win that they get. Dating back to the playoffs last year, Edmonton has beaten Vegas, was at 4, 5, 6, 7 of the last 8 meetings against the two teams. So it's all good. All good. Or 7 of the last 9 meetings, whatever it is. Doesn't matter. Who's in net for you guys tonight? Welcome back, Kiga. It is Connor Ingram tonight. Didn't have the best game for Edmonton, but this game's not entirely on him. Here's Podkolzin on his backhand, trying to stuff one short side on Carter Hart, and he'll hang on to it. Podkolzin going after Lauzon. Podkolzin's having a laugh. I think the Oilers understand that, Vegas likes to talk a lot. Look at Anderson. He's talking a lot. He's talking a lot for a team that is barely going to make the playoffs. Look at McDavid. He's laughing too. There's a lot of, when McDavid's smiling, he knows, man. There's a lot of chatter from this Vegas team. Not even worried, folks. That is a lot of yapping from the Golden Knights. That's a lot of yapping from a team that is not only still below Edmonton in the standings, but has been absolutely destroyed by the Oilers over the past couple of seasons. A lot of talking from a team that does not have a lot of success against Edmonton. A lot of talking from Rasmus Andersson. Remember, folks, they want to get under our skin. We're not going to let them. Exactly, Bubsy. Exactly. Best we may see is the Kings winning an OT against the eliminated Leafs after blowing a 2-goal lead. What's going on in the San Jose game? What happened there? And the Ducks did lose, so that's good for Edmonton. What does this mean for us since the Ducks lost 2? Vegas is within reach now. So Vegas is 1 point behind the Oilers. The Oilers are first in the Pacific at the end of this game. They are still first in the Pacific. We don't blame anyone, Dolo. This is just one of those games that didn't go our way. It happens. It's just one of those games. Not too concerned. Exactly, Mark. Exactly. Listen, if Vegas thinks that they're hot shit after one win in their last 1,500 games against the Oilers, we'll let them feel good. Whatever allows them to sleep tight tonight, right? They're going to go home. They're going to feel good. They'll get to have a nice sleep, get cozy. Because when the games really matter in the playoffs, that's when we can have these conversations. And you can talk trash when you win. Hey, sounds good, Khaled. No worries. Have a good night. Exactly. Edmonton is still first in the Pacific. Feel sorry for Erica. Do we blame Erica? We're not blaming Erica tonight, right? That would be mean if we blamed Erica. Just call her out in my fan reaction. By the way, after this game, within the next hour or so, Carter Hart couldn't hold that well. Actually, they did get the whistle. Puck was loose. I didn't hear the whistle go, but they did say that Hart did hold on to it. So after the game tonight, I will have a fan reaction tomorrow. Probably no day after discussion. I think tomorrow and Monday, I think I'm off the next 2 days for Easter. So whatever you are planning this weekend for the long weekend, if you celebrate Easter, I hope it's an amazing Easter. I hope you have an amazing time. I hope it's safe, full of joy, full of amazing food and family. If Easter is something that you're not celebrating, I hope you have an amazing weekend anyways. No, we don't blame the fans, Dolo. I was kidding. I was being facetious. I was just joking. We're not blaming our fans. Oh, don't remind me about the Jays, man. Don't remind me about the Jays. It wasn't, the Jays didn't even play bad. It's just Tyler Heineman. Tyler Heineman and Brandon Little. It's supposed to snow. What? No way. No more snow. We got it. No more snow, man. It's April. We can't have more snow. Here's a shot towards Ingram, and he makes the save, throws it out. Here comes Dickinson. Dickinson towards the goal. Another shot on Carter Hart, where, again, it's another rebound. Another rebound on Hart. Here's Szymanski. He's trying to fight for this puck. In the zone here. Less than a minute left here in the third. Vegas just trying to close this one out. Here's Trent Frederick for Edmonton. Out there late, having a conversation, maybe throwing his stick into someone's body. And Frederick and Riley Smith are kind of going at it. The linesman's kind of getting in the way there, just going to make sure that nothing crazy happens. Hey, GG's normal user, GG's. Hope you have an amazing weekend, my friend. That's true, yeah. There's some things going on here. Mark Stone's getting into it with Vasily Podkolzin after the game has ended here. I think cooler heads are going to prevail. Podkolzin was trying to get involved, and Louis DeBrusk probably loves this stuff. He got into the rough stuff all the time as an Edmonton Oiler back in the day, so. Well, that's what. Look at Kolasar, yeah. Does Kolasar think? Yeah, look at Frederick. Frederick's getting baited, man. Look at Frederick. Who do you think you are? Who do you think you are? Look at him. I've never heard of you. That's what Trent Frederick's saying. Look at the conversation going on here after the game. Hey, like I said, good for Vegas, man. If it makes them feel good that they've won their first game in their last 10 attempts against Edmonton, let them yap all they want. This creates excitement. This creates that rivalry. So when the playoffs actually happen, if these two teams go up in the playoffs, man, it is going to be a war zone. It is going to be a war zone. Look at Louis. He's trying to cover his mic. I don't think he wants Frederick to be able to get his word in there. Vegas, get off the ice. If you're the Golden Knights, get off the ice. What are you doing? Who do you think you are? Who do they think they are, bro? Get off the ice. What is happening? They're just going to stay out there? Jeez, you won 5-1. It's Easter weekend. Go home. Relax. Exactly. A lot of yapping from that group over there. A lot of yapping. Too funny. Too funny. Yeah, exactly. Not too early. Hey, listen, folks. You want to know something? You want to see something pretty cool before we head out here? You want to see something cool? Let Vegas yap all they want. Edmonton is still first in the Pacific Division, right? They're still first, folks. This changes nothing. This changes absolutely nothing. Absolutely nothing in the grand scheme of things. So it's all good. I'll get the fan reaction up in the next hour or so. Have a great weekend. Thank you to everyone that tuned in. Thank you for the gifted memberships, the super chats. Thanks for being the best fans on the planet, as always. And yeah, we'll see you soon, folks. We'll see you soon. Thanks for everything, as always.